Hello there, listeners and lovebirds, and welcome back to Cantripped. My name is Connor, you might recognize me from the main show, and I am back in the saddle as matchmaker for the third installment in Goode's Old-Fashioned School of Lover Boys for our Valentine's Day special. And joining me today is my team of Cupids.
Hello, I'm the Beetle Bard. I go by Beetle, my pronouns are they, them, and I play Rafael Cisneros, who uses all pronouns.
Hi, I'm Jamie. My pronouns are they, them, and I play Amanda Walker, whose pronouns are she, they.
Hi, my name is Strawberry or Mambu or whatever you know me as online. My pronouns are she, they, and I am playing Darcy, whose pronouns are she, her.
Hi, I'm Ren, also known as Dark Ren Duck. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Cadence Castillo, whose pronouns are she, her.
We're back. Cupids.
Yay!
I miss them.
We're so back.
We're so back.
We are so back. Oh my god.
So, much like our last two sessions in this one-shot series, which I guess is no longer a one-shot, in this mini-series, we will be playing using the Matchmade system, which is a 2d6-based system that I designed back in February of last year. If you would like a more in-depth run-through of the rules, it can be found in our first one-shot, but for the most part, players will be playing as Cupids, rolling 2d6 to affect the world around them, and make matches, or in this case, potentially save the world. Who knows?
Hopefully save the world. I kind of like the world
I
sometimes.
kind of like it. I kind of like this world. I spent a long time building it. So we're going to be jumping in directly after the ending of Goode's 2 Tour d'Amour, our last one-shot. In the final moments, Goode's HQ was infiltrated by G.E.M, an organization and individual known as the Green-Eyed Monster, who shut down all systems and forced the director to enact the Broken Hearts Protocol, in which the only agents capable of being given instructions were the four standing in his office at the time. Our four Cupids, right here, including Raphael, who is visiting from AIM in England, along with his Bennett agent, Matteo Cheroni. So, where we last left off, sirens within the building were blaring. Downstairs, outside of the director's office on one of the higher floors, you can hear people screaming and yelling as something begins to infiltrate the building. Director Charles Heathersley turns to the five of you standing there as Paulie ducks back behind the desk and begins rummaging around. I'm not entirely sure if any of you are familiar with our Broken Hearts Protocol. In instances where goods is otherwise indisposed, the training facility in upstate New York runs on a completely separate grid. It's older, but sufficient enough to keep the organization running should something like this happen. The group of you need to get to the training facility. Once there, further agents can help piece together what is happening and work to rebuild the agency and defeat whatever threat we may be facing. Is that clear? You can hear as something massive is slamming through the hallway outside and begins to pound on the door of the director's office. And in one large motion, the door bursts open, and almost like a tidal wave of black and green sand and smoke rolls in through the door before pulling itself up into this hulking, barely humanoid figure that stands before you and roars before stepping closer.
Oh, no thank you.
I would like to step in front with my umbrella that is constructed of bulletproof materials just to, open it up and have some form of cover.
You step in front and this thing looks down at you, and as it pulls back this big, not really even a fist, just a mass of sand that is still writhing as it forms itself, from behind you guys, a golden arrow whizzes past and just impales this thing. It sails clean through and it collapses. And as you turn around, Paulie has, jumped up from behind the desk with a bow and arrow and is, pulling arrows from behind the quiver. It's like, all right, Charles, you're going to get out of here the best way you can. Kids, I'm going to take you downstairs to the Armory. We need to get you out of the building as quickly as possible. And Charles is nodding and scrambling over to a rack on the corner and pulling out a small handgun for himself. He's going, Paulie, that was a nightmare. those have been inoperational for at least 20 years. They haven't. Sandman don't employ those anymore. Employs it. Yeah, no, I gathered that. That's not supposed to happen. And he sort of jumps over the desk. This kind of small, pudgy, Danny DeVito looking man with his newly equipped bow and quiver arrows, and kind of leads you guys through this pile of sand on the floor. It's like, all right, come on, let's go.
All right, let's go. Let's
Does Polly know how much I love him?
run.
I love Polly. I wanted to give Polly a little moment. Polly, you guys can play. We didn't get enough Polly
Let him
last
play.
session, so I'm like,
It's given
Good.
like in the most positive way, like like when you go on a ride at an amusement park, and like there's, like a cutscene at the beginning of the ride where they're like, "You guys need to get out of here!" And it's like
Yes,
the
you
main
told
character
me.
shooting
Come on.
something.
That's
That's
so
all.
true. Oh my
Like
god.
in the most
Suddenly at
positive way.
Universal
Like I love
Studios.
when they do that. I just thought it
Jamie
was
and I were
really funny.
talking the other day about NPCs and the Reese Darby in the new Jumanji movies. It's like, welcome to Jumanji.
Welcome to Jumanji.
Polly is leading you guys through the halls, and obviously the elevators are out of commission with the power being down, so running down the stairs, and you can sort of hear and seem to gather as you go down that that's not the only nightmare in the building, and
No.
there even seems to be, Polly pushes open one of the door, and a human assailant dressed in black starts to run towards before Polly pulls out another arrow and shoots it, and it explodes in sort of that same blue and black dust that you've seen from the sleep pellets, and this person just collapses. And he sort of like flexes his fingers, he's running, he's like, I haven't done this in a long time, so I'm a little out of practice. And he pushes open the door to the development labs, not something that you guys really see too often. I feel like Cadence might have been in once or twice, working behind the scenes in the agency, but this is really like a testing room where they keep all of the gadgets that they don't hand out to agents yet because they're not like fully done.
Oh god.
And there is like a very startled young man in a lab coat with this like tousled blonde hair. Sir, I don't know if you should be in here. We're about to lock down the room to prevent it. And Paul's like, no, don't worry about it. I need you to give these kids everything that you have right now. Okay. And this guy like starts running around the room and just like grabbing things and putting them down on tables. And he starts placing down a whole heap of gadgets on the table. A handful for each of you that look almost like bracelets and watches, and there's a variety of little things. And as he's going, he's sort of saying, these are grappling hook devices you should be able to rappel down. It'll hold the body weight of at least 2 people, usually. And these, and he, throws down these kind of little, almost, face mask covering things. These should be submersible breathing apparatuses. It should work up. We haven't fully depth tested them, but like at least 20 feet. And he's going around, and as you're just kind of looking around, there are a handful of things that kind of catch your eye, each of you, I think, in turn. Cadence, there is a set of instruments up on a wall that each seem to have this little clip on it. It almost looks like an electronic tuning clip.
The clip-on tuners.
The little clip-on tuning, yeah. It almost looks like that, and there's a little card attached to it that says Lyre Amplifier. It should allow you to create a wall of solid sonic music if played correctly. And he takes it down and throws it on the table. He takes out a little canvas sack and goes to throw it on the table, and then thinks a bit of it and places it down and opens it up and unzips it. And it's full of dozens of little gray and pink bombs. These are both smoke and glitter bombs. And he kind of shoves them over towards Amanda. And he's like pulling all these things down. And then he turns to Raphie and doesn't have anything for Raphie. And he's like, And as you look up, Raphie, along the top of the room, there are a handful of like stuffed fake pigeons, which each have these little harnesses with little cameras on the front. And he catches your eye looking at him and goes, they're not really new. Those are just decoration. Pigeon cameras have been used by espionage.
No need to worry, I will take them.
Are you sure? That's like old tech from like World War II. I mean, like we upgraded them.
It is fine. It is fine. It is fine. I will take these pigeons.
Okay, yeah. And he like takes down this like handful of pigeons and starts taking off these they're like little leather harnesses with a little camera on the front. And yeah, pigeon cameras are like a spy technology from World War II where they would just pretty much tape cameras to pigeons.
Hunter, are you saying the birds aren't real?
These birds aren't real, but like the cameras are real. You can take the cameras and put them on your birds.
Oh no,
I
real.
was referencing like
Oh,
the
birds
government.
are real.
Yeah.
I'm done.
No, you're good. You're good.
We established a little
The
grunt. Yeah,
birds work
apologize.
for goods. Everybody
The
knows
birds
that.
work for good. And as he's going and kind of throwing all this down, Polly grabs a like compact little, almost looks like, a cycling backpack where it's that kind of thin, compact backpack look. He grabs one of those off and starts putting it on and takes another one and throws it over to Darcy. And the scientist is like, I would not, sir. That's a bad, they're not finished. And he's like, we don't really have a choice right now. What level are we on right now? It's like, the second floor? And he's like, okay, yep, sure. Polly turns to this big glass window and shoots an arrow through the window, and you see it shatter. And Polly just runs out the window and pulls a little thing, and these huge metallic golden-colored wings spread out behind Polly as he like takes off out the window, holding his thing and looking very cherub Cupid-like with his bow and arrow and his wings as he sort of floats up and does this sort of circle around the building before coming to like float in front of you all and say, all right, take those grappling hooks and you rappel down. The car's downstairs. There's a handful of assailants entering the building. If you can get out here, you should avoid most of them. And I would like each of you to roll me a finesse roll to try and rappel down the side of the building for our first roll of the game.
Oh, right.
Things
Through
are
another
happening so
window.
fast. I did not process any of the game we just got, except for the bird harnesses. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got a 10.
I got a 7.
I got a 6.
I got an 11. Don't forget your add-ons.
Mine was -1, so it turns from a 7 into a 6.
Mine is 0. I don't add anything, so it's a 7.
That's my best skill. Don't worry.
This is the second time I failed going out a window, so.
Yeah, this is true. I think that Amanda and Cadence managed to do it. I mean, this is like what Amanda's good at, so Amanda just like gets down. Raphie, I think it is way harder because you also have Matea Tremoti like clinging to you.
Dude, I'm holding her hand. Like this is
been
this is
there.
my buddy. This is my buddy from over. She doesn't know what's going on.
The second that you like start to rappel out the window, Maddie is just arms around your chest, clinging to you, being like, "Oh God, I'm gonna die."
Okay, we're going. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Totally, it's gonna be fine. And Darcy, I think, holding this other backpack as well as like this gear is a little impeded. You both hit the ground stumbling and are a little bit disorientated as one of these human attackers sees you all drop to the ground and starts to advance towards you.
No.
I open up the umbrella immediately.
The guy does pull out a gun and go to shoot, and it hits the umbrella and it erupts into that little puff of green smoke that you would recognize as a hate bullet.
I mean, if we could get a little cover over here.
That's permission. I'm shooting. Is there a specific move for this? Yeah, hold on. When using a ranged Cupid weapon, you have proficient when it comes to aim and accuracy. Being proficient with your Cupid weapon will give you an additional +2 to rolls made when firing a projectile weapon. Cool.
Yeah,
Finesse,
finesse, that's the one.
right?
Yep.
Luckily, I have such a big bonus. 11.
So yeah, that hits. What are you shooting him with? Like, what is the effect?
The
here?
love, do I shoot him with love or hate? Which am I trying to make him less evil? I guess I'm shooting with the love pellet.
Love
Kill him with
pellet?
kindness.
Kill him with kindness. You shoot him with a love pellet, and it like hits him, and immediately this guy like stumbles back, and you can almost see through like the mask where his eyes glaze over pink for just a second, and he like catches the eye of someone in like a passing car and has that kind of love bullet infatuation moment click for just a second. And I think that as the person drives out of sight, it sort of starts to waver, but it's giving you guys enough time to move and
Question.
get out of his immediate vicinity. Yes.
Would we have seen the person in the car at all? Do we know
Ooh.
what they look like?
I'm trying to match them up afterwards.
I was gonna use my sand to make the
Okay.
person to distract him, but it's okay.
You know what? I think you could have maybe like seen them as they were driving past. Like I think people might like be like slowing down to be like, "What the is happening in that building? Why does it look like this office building is getting swatted? What's going on?"
All right, then yes, I use my lucid dream sand, and I make a sand version of whatever person was in that car.
Okay. Yeah, just like standing on the street. What do they do?
They just are a standing emoji, and like I'm letting them standing emoji to distract this guy, hopefully for a little bit, and we should go.
Yeah, okay. I'm imagining like standing emoji on the other side of the street, and so this guy starts trying to like navigate his way across the busy New York street to this other person, and is now no longer in your way. And I think as you're doing this, you look over and Maddie is frantically typing something on her phone, and you can hear from around the corner as a car speeds by, and the pink Aston Martin being remotely driven pulls to a stop beside you on the curb, and the doors fly open. And I say, "Okay, all right, let's go. We should
Car, vroom, hop into car.
I have a question. Is this like one of the cars that like opens up at the top?
Convertible? Hold on. Where's the
Yeah.
image of this car go?
You can get him convertible. Do you guys want it to be a convertible?
Yes.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah, right
It's a-
now. I
sure.
think so.
It would make it so much easier for
Okay.
combat. If it
Also,
was
that's
open.
just
Right.
cool.
Yeah, I like the vision.
All right, you have a little pink convertible Aston Martin.
Yes.
And as you guys are piling in, I'm going to explain this little mini game that I designed and hope that it makes sense because I haven't played before. This is what I've been calling Fast 14. Fast 14 is a mini game that focuses on high-speed chases. Each vehicle has a baseline of 14 hit points. The aim of the game is to successfully escape or otherwise defeat the vehicles pursuing you. A vehicle is divided into two halves, the front and the back, and each have their own slight variation of moves. On a given turn, both the front and the back will be allowed to perform one move each, and the rounds will alternate between the player vehicle and the pursuing vehicles.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
On a given round, the front and back will each pick a pursuing vehicle to target. It does not have to be the same vehicle, but it can be. Upon choosing a vehicle and a move from the list that I'm about to send you guys, the front and back players will each make a contested 2d6 roll against that vehicle. Players are also allowed to use their ability score modifiers to affect vehicle moves. So, for example, if Amanda is shooting, you can add your proficiency that you would normally have shooting to this roll. The higher number rolled between the player and me as the matchmaker wins. The difference between rolls is then calculated. If the winning roll is using evasive or attacking maneuvers, the difference in rolls is subtracted from the 14 total hit points of the vehicle that you've chosen to oppose. If the winning roll is using defensive maneuvers, they may regain an equal number of hit points or deal that damage to the opposing vehicle. Fast 14 ends when either the player car or all the pursuing cars reach 0 hit points.
Okay.
We kind of all vaguely get where we're going.
Yes.
It sounds more complicated when it like is all just said out loud,
I feel like in practice it's easier.
but in
yeah.
practice it's fairly
Yeah.
simple. So these are your lists of moves. So the front of the car, your offensive moves are speed up and attack, and your defensive move is maneuver. The back of the car, your offensive moves are defend or attack, and your defensive moves are distract.
Okay. Can Amanda transform their gun into like a sniper setup as we're getting ready to driving?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that you all pile in. I think that Maddie is in the back of the car with you guys and is kind of like freaking out, trying to get like down below the side of the vehicle so as not to be seen over the top of the convertible. And as he's doing this, 3 cars pull out from around the building, and looking at it, you can see have some of the same masked attackers that are attacking the building and begin pursuit. So you guys are now, as Darcy kicks it into high gear, tearing through the streets of New York.
We'll pretend as if it's possible to tear through the streets of New
We'll
York.
pretend.
Yeah.
We'll pretend.
It's like it's a slow day.
It's
It's a
action
slow
movie
day.
logic. We're just going to label the cars like 1, 2, and 3, just to keep it simple, and they are pursuing you. Front and back of car, which cars would you like to target as you take the first move?
So there's 3, right?
There is 3, yeah.
Are they all behind us or around us?
At the moment, close behind.
Okay.
Do we want to focus all like one at a time, or do we want to try and just like cover bases?
These are great questions to ask.
I feel like a good spread is like whatever car we can,
Yeah.
because then like once one's done, it's done, and we can move on to like the next one. So like front and back have different ones, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I should also just say, to clarify, the hit points don't have to be like a literal damage. So like if you use the speed up move and you beat them at speeding up, they will like take the damage in the equivalent of
Okay.
like losing you on the
Okay,
street.
got it. Okay.
It's very like flexible as what you guys want to do to avoid or attack or defend the car.
Gotcha.
It's just sort of standard. This is the points that you have, and this is the points that they have, and you're trying to get rid of the points that they have, kind of thing.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
Understood.
Well, I would personally like to speed up this round, but that's me driving, you know, as it were.
I will go with the front first. So either Raphie or Darcy can roll the 2d6.
Play. Then it's a 10.
Life is literally a highway, and Darcy's gonna write it.
Listen, man, she drives motorcycle and car. That's what she do. She go vroom.
So that's a 10, and the car you were opposing, which was called car number 1, got an 8, so they will take 2 damage from their total 14.
Slay. You love to see it.
And then, so front is speeding up, and the back...
Right, unless you have a different plan, I could just fire whatever car is closer.
I don't have any like attacking equipment at all. Like the only thing I have is the lyre amplifier, but like I don't have anything to help like attack.
I mean, you can use that as an
Okay.
attack. If you create just like a solid invisible wall, it's not going to be good for the car.
That's true.
Why,
Like-
why don't we have a little bit more space between the cars before
That's a
that?
good
Because I
idea.
feel like it would also affect our car as well if they were that close.
Okay.
Mhm.
You know how sound works.
Oh,
right, that's smart.
sound.
So I could try and fire, like aim for the tires on one of the cars, or I could also like smoke bomb, try and create space that way. If we speed up and smoke bomb at the same time to try and get them to slow down.
Do it.
Okay, I will yuck a smoke bomb then. This is the plan.
Okay.
Yuck.
Amanda is doing a defensive move,
Yup.
so that's just the 2d6.
I got a 12.
Can I add
That's
the
slay.
+2 for my orchestral unity to that?
Hmm?
Because I can grant a +2 to any roll.
I don't know if I was gonna say I rolled a 12. I don't know if we need it right now. Maybe save that.
I don't know if you need it. They got a 3, so they took 9
Okay.
damage. So plus the 2. This car, yeah, between the smoke bomb and the car just taking off. This is a fast car. This is a sleek, completely retrofitted car.
Vroom,
You are
vroom.
leaving them in the dust. This car,
Meow.
like, you can see as is this a smoke or a glitter bomb? Which one are you throwing?
Glitter for a dramatic effect.
Glitter.
Yay.
Okay. So this pink car is tearing through the streets, and suddenly this huge explosion of pink glitter goes off in front of this black and green car, and you can see as the driver slams on the brakes, and it like swerves backwards, the front entirely coated in pink glitter. They're like hitting the windscreen wiper button, trying to like clear it off, and you've essentially like pushed them to the back.
This is fantastic.
Also, this is my personal headcanon because of these glitter bombs. You know how there's that thing where like the biggest glitter manufacturer in the world is like, we can't reveal what organization buys 90% of the world's glitter? In my headcanon, that is Goods.
As it should be.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
We're moving into a round from the pursuer's perspective, so we're going to say that car 2 is going to make an attack towards you guys. You can see as this person sort of leans out the window with a shotgun type weapon and goes to shoot a hate projectile at the back of the car. In defensive roles, you're operating as one vehicle. You can just choose who you want to make the defensive role, either the front or the back.
I was gonna say, I have the Storm of Bullets umbrella.
That is true.
I was gonna say, Raphie could toss that back.
Does it have a distinct number that it defends against?
No.
It just defends against bullets. I would say that it's a -2 because that's sort of the standard, like, good defense in the system.
Raphie passes it over to Cadence and is like, you might need this more. Take it.
Kate's gonna take it.
Cadence is taking it, so this means, I'm assuming this means that Cadence in the back is rolling the defensive. So, Ren, if I could get you to roll 2d6 plus 2 for the umbrella.
Okay. 8.
8. They rolled 9. So, you guys, as the car, take 1 damage to your 13.
Not the car.
We're okay. It's okay.
The shotgun blast of green sand and mist sort of and glitter like hits the umbrella and sprays off the side of the umbrella and coats the car, and you can almost see where it starts to like sizzle on the paint on the car.
No. But the paint is so pretty.
It's been so
Hot
sad.
to go.
Now we're
Not hot to go.
not to go.
Hot to
Oh,
go.
car. The
guess, guys,
saddest
we're hot
thing
to go.
happened.
This is gonna ruin the tour. I have idea for the front of the car if it is our turn. My door.
Yes. It is now you guys' turn.
Front of car. How do we feel about attack? ?
I'd be down for attack ?
Okay, so I would love that, like, while the first round of ours was happening, that Raphie is putting on the little straps on their little cream and sugar, and says, "Can I borrow a glitter bomb?"
I pass a glitter bomb up.
I strap it to one of my little guys.
Oh my god.
I would like to use party foul. Using your trained
Absolutely, you may.
extensions. I want to do. Okay, first of all, do they have a convertible, and is their top down?
Just for the sake of this, I'll say that one of them is a convertible with a top down. I think
Yes.
that car number 2 is a convertible with the top down.
Beautiful. I go
Convertible
over
with
to.
the top down.
I want. Let's say Sugar. I want Sugar to go over to the second car, and like right flop in the middle of them, have the glitter bomb drop. And then using party foul, force 2 of your choosing to share a space. I want car 2 to share space with the first car. I want to hold space for that.
I'm really holding space. for
Really
this
holding
party.
space.
Are they wicked cars, do you think? Like,
I mean, they are
They're
black
green,
and green,
and we're
so
pink. Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Guys.
Alpha Bud, no!
Oh my God.
This is exactly what Oz wanted.
So yeah, we can say that they share space with car 1 for the d6 roll, 2d6 roll, if you could, please. Oh,
Okay. 10?
they got a 4. So
Yeah!
car 2
6!
takes 6 damage as the glitter bomb goes off and they swerve right across. Are they swerving into car 1 or car 3?
Car 1, please.
Car 1. So they swerve inwards as they're driving in this sort of V formation and get in front of car 1, and it drops even further back before like trying to pick up and move forward.
Nice.
As this is happening, Maddie like gets the carriage to lean forward into the front and go, the buttons in the console. And Darcy, I'm about to send you buttons.
I get things. Buttons.
I get things.
Buttons. Vroom vroom.
I don't think Maddie is like in a state to explain them, but there are 4 buttons and levers, and once per round, you can hit a button.
So exciting.
Oh my god.
I have so much power.
I realized I said I was going to send you buttons, and then realized that like you don't know what the buttons do yet. So I'm not going to send you buttons, but I know what the buttons do. And so if you would like, you can, I guess, roll a d4, but we're using d6, so
I could pull off a d4.
it's up to you. Or you can just pick 1 through 4. It's not really gonna.
Nah. I want to roll for it. I want to see what happens.
We're now in the back. What is the back of the car doing?
You guys attacked, right? So should we do another defend, or have we been so successful so far that we can just continue to attack?
I think we're being successful. You guys can attack. Do a little.
We're so
Okay.
successful.
Could we attack car 3? We haven't done anything to car 3
True.
yet.
Mm. Yeah, do you have an idea, Ren?
Let me think. Oh my god. Could we snipe tire?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm shooting at car 3's tire.
All right, slay it. That is the d6 roll plus your
Can I use my usual
shooting modifier. Yep.
bonus? Should I do the finesse and the...
I would say not the finesse and the modifier, just the like shooting modifier.
Okay. 9. So I rolled a 7, so
They also roll a 7.
plus 2.
They will take 2.
Yay.
Yippee!
Yippee. And we're back to the pursuing cars move. I think that car 3, now that you've shot the tires, is going to try and push up and ram into the back of the car.
Do I still get to press my button or no? Is that not till
Yeah,
next
you can
turn?
choose to press a button now if you would like.
No, yeah, I'll do it.
All right,
Sure.
which button are you pressing?
I'm pressing button number 2, whatever that does.
Okay, you press button number 2, and a little hatch opens in the back of the car, and an oil slick pulls out. And as the car comes up to ram the back of you guys, it gets immediately caught on this oil slick, and it like splatters the front of the car. It was so close.
Oh, wow. I feel pretty impressive.
You can see as it goes across, and the car swerves back and pulls away, and that is essentially taken them out of this round. They've also taken 4 points.
Sick.
This
I'm
is
so
amazing.
cool. Epic.
Amanda calls up to the front. Darcy, remind me to give you a high 5 when we get out of here.
I'm busy right now. I'm driving.
No distracting the driver.
I'm so locked in.
10 and 2, 10 and 2.
I used it at a good time. Opportunity then.
You're welcome, New York. Have fun.
With the oil. And is it our car's turn again?
Yes.
Slay. Well, we're pretty far
Do we want
ahead.
to speed?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, we can speed again. We can speed. I'll do a little vroom vroom.
I just don't have an idea, so I was like,
no, I don't either. I was
speed.
like, I'll do the vroom. Let's just go.
All right. They rolled. They're not rolling well. They rolled a 4,
I rolled
Oof.
a 9, so.
a 9. Which car are you trying to get away from?
Let's do car 3 because they need more damage.
Car 3. All right. Car 3 and car 1 are looking rough.
Mm.
To like give updates for people on the car stats, your car is still at 13. Car 1 is at 4. Car 2 is at 8, and car 3 is at 3 points.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh.
I didn't realize how damaging that oil slick was. When I wrote it in the system, it was like the oil slick does 4 damage. I did not like consider
Woo.
4 damage. But also I put you guys up against 3 cars. So
Yeah. Should we try and take out car 3 while they're low?
Yeah.
I
Should we
mean,
attack at it, or
Mhm.
should we do like a defensive move?
I feel like
Should we continue to attack? Who needs to defend?
We don't need to defend. Attack.
Okay.
Mhm.
I used my liar amplifier now.
I was gonna say that
Go
would
for
be
it.
fun.
Like I'm out of there.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, what are you playing?
Cadence is just gonna strum as hard as she can on her lyre.
Mhm.
No song.
Discordant noise.
You strum it, and I think this being the first time that Ken has used this particular gadget, and the fact that it's like it's still a little bit experimental, I don't think you are fully prepared for the force of sound that expels from the lyre as you strum it, and are almost like pushed forwards into the back of Raphie's seat as this wall of sound pushes back. Which car are you choosing? And could you please make the 2d6 roll? +2 for the sound.
What are we thinking? Which car do we want to?
I feel like since 2 is closer to get 2 pushed back, since like the other ones are kind of low anyways. But that's just me.
I agree.
Car 2. Mimi roll.
They rolled a 10.
10. Mine was the +2. With the +2, it was a 10.
With the +2 is a 10. They did roll a flat 10. So I think this like wall of sound, but I think just because it's such a big like telegraphed like strum, they sort of like have the chance to prepare and swerve out of the way and come back behind you guys.
Up.
No damage done. You didn't up. That was just an unfortunate roll.
Oh,
We have been really
That's just
successful.
part of dice games, Ren. It's okay.
That was really
sick.
cool though.
My sound.
My angel of music.
Oh my god.
the musical pulls today are crazy. Because we had
Oh.
Wicked, now we have Fanta, then we had Evan.
I need you to know this entire minigame was inspired by the fact that I was listening to Joyride by Kesha, and I was like, I want to do Chase.
That's so important to know.
Gave you guys a cool car. I
This
want to
is
use
so
it.
cool, Connor. I'm having a great time.
I'm glad. I'm
I
very
like
proud of this little mini system. I was like, there's like no fun chase systems for like games. I searched everywhere. I stole a bunch of things from Hey Hey's Chariot Racing.
I was gonna
Which,
say,
like, I
this
should be
feels
able to say.
familiar.
It's not like entirely the same, but I took some of the like basic moves and structure from it. So thank you, Hey Hey, for having a cool system. If you're
Thank you,
listening,
hey.
Love you, hey, hey.
Very hard. Car 2 is the closest, so I think that they're going to go again, and I think that they are going to try and, like, someone leans out the window and tries to throw a small little bomb at you, like a similar smoke bomb kind of thing.
How dare they have my
And
birds
so-
up here.
Not the bird.
They're going to roll. Oh, they did not do great.
Uh-huh.
They only got a 5 in their attack, and that's with their modifier. So,
Who rolls for us for that? For defending.
depending on who is defending, either front can maneuver or the back can distract.
Cadence rolled last time, right? Do you want to throw it to the front this time?
Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do a little rolly roll.
Over.
Give us some stunt driving.
Ooh.
That's an 8.
An 8. So you guys gain 3 points. You can either top up your 1 point and go back to 14, or deal them 3 points of damage.
I want to deal them 3.
I was gonna say.
I'm gonna say.
You want to describe how you're maneuvering to deal them
Okay.
damage? What's going on?
I got it. So we're driving on the road, and we're on a normal road right now. And I'm like, okay, we gotta go away from these guys. So I'm gonna like swerve like the wheel, and I'm gonna drive us like kind of into an alley. And I'm just gonna like weave through like this alley between like trash cans and stuff, and like try and get them to crash into one of them.
I think that it's like such a sudden turn that like part of the car does lift up. You're like drifting almost into this alley, and Maddie in the back screams and grabs hold of the sides of the car to like brace herself.
She needs a raise. She does not get paid enough.
And yeah, so that deals 3 damage to them. I should have beefed these cars up. I should have given you guys more cars.
No.
No.
back to you guys in the front of the car.
Oh, vroom vroom. What do we want to do?
You do still also have your 3 buttons that you can do
True.
instead of a move if you would like.
True.
Do you want to do a button?
Sure. I have
Okay,
a
let's
3.
button. Let's boo
Let's
scoot and boogie.
see what I get. I got a 3.
A 3. Okay. As you're driving, maneuvering through this alley, from the back of the car, the tail lights open up almost like camera shutter lenses, and these 2 little guns stick out the back and begin firing little, not necessarily bullets, but almost little like spiked rounds backwards at the car, and you can see them like sticking into the hood of the car and catching on the tires and just doing damage to the car, like cracking the windshield. And which car were you targeting with this attack?
Let's do it at car 2 again, I think.
That'll bring them down to 3. And that is the front's move.
Yay.
And then we'll jump to the back. The back, what are you doing?
Okay. Now I would like to actually use the orchestral unity thing on whatever Amanda does.
Okay.
It's the +2.
Okay. Then I guess I'm gonna shoot again. Because that's what I do best. So and then what was this you said that gives?
Just the move bonus plus the 2 for orchestral unity. So that's
Okay, that's what it is.
I'll say they stack because I don't see why they wouldn't stack.
Yay! 11.
11.
Yeah.
I keep rolling 1 6 and 1 1, and it's real scary.
They got an 8, so car 3. Okay, so yeah, they take that 3 damage, and as you are shooting, you shoot. What type of like bullet are you shooting with?
Hate. I'm so filled with hate.
You shoot one of the hate bullets, and you see as it goes through the windshield and hits the driver in the chest in this cloud of green smoke, and he like writhes for a second and goes to slam on the horn of the car. And as he does, it's such like a big movement where anger and disgust is overtaking this driver's body that the car swerves and he crashes into a trash can and like spins off behind you guys. And car 3 is out of Fast 14.
Yay! We should invent road rage pellets.
I was about to say that's what happens to me when I'm on the road and someone cuts me off and it's a Tesla truck. I get hit with the
I was
hit
gonna
with
say,
the
that's
pallet.
actually me already. I don't think they need those.
Literally me.
The next car's turn, the other car's turn, they're actually going to pull a defensive move to try and maneuver out in front of you guys.
Okay.
So this is car 2.
Can we do a defense move or no?
Yes.
Okay. So I would want to use a combination of like maneuver, but also in the know. You always know a place or person that can help you out in the vicinity. And I was thinking like because of one of Raphie's dads probably was around here when he was like doing dealings and stuff, that they recognize a building or they recognize something that like they can get down into, I don't know, somewhere else that would maneuver them out of the way, or like maybe even get them lost for a second.
Okay.
But also, that's a reach, and if it's too much of a reach, you let me know. Like telling Darcy, like, oh, turn right here, turn left here, like, blah, 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 blah.
I can work with this because I have a fun idea.
Yay!
Oh my god.
So I will grant you guys the plus. I'll say +1 to that maneuver
Ooh, okay.
for that roll, with the caveat that it will then, like, there's then like an extra effect that like I'm gonna throw at you guys. So as well as the d6 roll that you guys need to make.
I was gonna say, Darcy, do you want to roll 1 dice because I'm like directing you, and I roll 1 because I'm directing,
I
and
like
do a
that.
fun little.
That's
Cute.
fun.
Aww.
I like that. Yes.
They rolled a 9, by the way.
I rolled a 4.
I rolled a 3.
Plus our 1, that's 8.
It's 8. So they do take back. They like gain 1, and because they were doing a defensive maneuver, they get that like point back.
Mm.
And what you guys do is Raphie is like directing and calling out directions, and Darcy turns into a car park, like an underground car
Yes!
park network. It's like a tunnel that goes down under the streets and under the buildings that you guys are now driving through, weaving through pylons and parked cars.
Oh my god, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, that worked out. We under the ground.
Back to you guys in the front. Or the back, whichever you would like to move first.
I'm trying to think. Can I use party foul again? But like, I want to use it in a different way, so it's not just like glitter bomb.
Mm.
It's like, I'm assuming their windows are down because they have to shoot.
You said once per encounter for the moves, right?
Well, because...
Oh wait.
2 bird.
Never mind.
2 bird.
Sugar was the one that did it. This would be
bird.
cream.
That's a good point.
2 bird, 1 stone.
2 bird.
Bird.
I'll say that Raphie can have 1 go for each bird because I let Amanda use the weapon skill more than once.
Yippee.
Because like normally the way that I play it in like as it's written in the system, if it's a roll advantage, you can use that as many times because it's still like the element of chance. But if it's just like I do a thing, you can only do a thing once.
Okay, that makes sense.
But like Raphie has 2 birds, sure.
2 birds.
This is my system. I can make the rules.
Okay. Oh wait. I'm thinking no, because I was gonna be like, what if I throw one of the fake pigeons and they're like, I just hit a bird, but I don't think that they would care. So...
I don't think they would care. I'll tell you straight up right now.
I think is last time Cream and Sugar like dive bombed that one person, and I think it's Cream is the one that likes to do more of like the grabbing the hair and the pulling. They're a little chaotic. They're the chaotic bird.
They have personalities.
I love the
Yes!
characterization of these birds.
Sugar's the sweet one, and Sugar likes to like cuddle and like do like the fun things, and then Cream is a little more of the chaotic one. So, so I think what Cream is gonna do is there a particular person that has like the window down that has like the gun, or is it any like there's a multitude of people with weapons in that way?
There's probably someone like in the car
Okay.
that has like a gun. Yeah, like with the window open. Yes.
Yeah, like window down, like they're leaning out trying to like take aim.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then Cream goes over and just shits on their face. That's what I'm imagining.
Sure.
Okay.
2d6 roll, please. Raph.
Okay. Yes, God. Thank you, God. And then is that +2 still with party foul?
Yeah, I think so.
So I got a 9.
9. They got an 8, so they do take 1, which I feel like is accurate for like they're not really taking damage, but they're like, what the the bird just shit on their face. Was this car 1 or car 2?
So car 2 has 4.
They both
No,
have 4.
They both have 4 because one took 1 back. Let's do car 2 because that was also the glitter bomb one. So they just got
They just have a rough
ratioed by
day.
2 birds.
Yeah.
Mhm.
L plus ratio.
L plus cream plus sugar.
I need that on a shirt. I need that on a mug. I need it on everything.
It is now the back's turn. I also didn't like explicitly say this. I would say that the back could also use the button move if they would like, with the visual
I'm
if they're
gonna
just like
climb
throwing themselves
over
into the front. Yeah, like
Darcy.
climbing over the console. It's up to you. Like I just want to throw that out there that you can.
You guys want to press?
What buttons have already been pressed?
2 and 3.
I have pressed 2 and 3.
Okay.
I don't want to steal your last button.
It's still 1 and 4.
I have 2 left.
Just one more button.
Oh, you have 2 left. I'm
Yeah.
stupid.
Oh!
I have no creative ideas, and I don't want to just keep shooting because it's boring.
Ye-
Do you have any ideas, Ren? Do you want to try your thing again? Can you do that?
Connor?
It's an item, right? Does it have?
Yeah, you can use the items as many times as you
Okay.
want.
Alright, I'm gonna liar amplifier again. Let's see what goes on.
All right, now amplifier again.
Okay. We really hate car 2, so I'm going back to car 2.
Mhm.
They've been mean to us. Okay. La, yada, yada. 10? Yeah, 10. I can add.
The question mark.
10. Yeah, they rolled 6. So they take 4 damage, and they only had 3.
What's up with your
So
cars,
you-
Connor?
I don't know. They're rolling
Your cars
badly.
are not rolling great.
I need different dice. These are my pretty rose dice, but they're not. They're not
Aw.
rolling good.
I was gonna say,
No,
or is it like
change-
thematically? It's thematically like good for the story, you know, to win.
No, I wanted you guys to take some damage. You've taken 1 point of damage. The cars are just rolling shit. For yeah. So are you like strumming anything in particular, or is it just again big?
Yeah, we're just a big strum.
Big strum happens again, like pushed back into the back of the seat, and this wall of sound comes out, and like you can see as Darcy's like driving. I'm imagining almost going in circles up the ramps, up higher in this parking lot, and wall of sound comes out, and the car just crashes into this solid, invisible wall of sound. And you see as the back of the car lifts up from the impact, and the car is just stopped dead in its tracks, the entire front of it crumpled and smoking, and car 2 is out of fast 14s. You have 1 car left.
Can Cadence flip the car?
Yeah.
Just out of
Free action to flip off the car. Car 1 is going to we're in the parking lot. I think they're just going to try and shoot at you guys. So they have rolled a 10.
No.
Against whether or not, like, depending on what you guys want to do for the, like, defensive move.
Cadence, you still have the umbrella, by the way.
I know. I do have
I was gonna say we still have buttons. I might
You have
press
the
the
rocket
button
launch
again.
button.
Oh yes, the rocket launch button.
What are we doing, gang? I'm scared.
I will press a button.
Okay.
I've decided.
Which
I
button
will
are you
decide.
pressing?
I'm pressing 1.
Okay.
The silence is loud. The
scared.
silence is loud.
You press button 1, and you can hear the grinding click as the already retracted convertible top tries to, like, open itself again. Like, if it was closed, it would have opened, and you can hear that in the back of the car, and the radio flickers on to this, like, romantic jazz, and the center console opens up, and a little robotic arm comes out with a cocktail shaker and pours out 2 martini glasses that pop up from the cup holders. And there are now 2 martinis in the cup holders of the car as smooth jazz is playing in the convertible.
Oh
I
my
can't drink. I'm
God.
driving. I can, you guys can have that. That's all for you.
That is so funny. Oh my
I just wanted
God.
one button that did just something really dumb, and that was
I
the
knew
button
there
that you
was
picked, and
gonna
I
be
feel
one.
bad.
It's
Really
okay.
funny.
You know, it's
Um,
okay. There's martinis in here now.
Oh,
Well,
I feel
I've done
okay.
all
I
I can
can't.
do.
I feel like I can't then like deal you the 10 damage because that feels
No,
unfair.
that's fine. It's
Um,
funny.
But
We took a
but
chance.
I was
Do
gonna
it.
say-
We're fine.
It's
If
fun.
you all right, we can
We have
take. We'll
3.
take it.
Let
You
it
guys
be
are down to
even. It's
3.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, you guys
This
are
is a
down to
suspenseful
3.
moment.
We all like look at the martinis and just get wrecked.
So angry.
Yeah, like you all look at the martinis as this storm of hate bullets just like pepper the back of the car, and I think like hit some of the tires, and you can hear one of the tires of the Aston Martin like blow out beneath you as the car is f***ed up and starts like spinning, and you do like kind of start drifting as you're going through this car park. You guys do have that like momentary seething anger just like rise up in you, and disgust, and like for a moment there is like anger at Darcy for hitting the wrong button, and then there's anger at Maddie for why didn't you f***ing tell us that there was a button that just makes martinis, Maddie? Like everyone is like angry at each other for a second, and then it passes, and you're like, oh, that's a gross feeling. I don't like that actually.
Hey, we're driving here. I have no idea where that came from.
New York possessed him for a moment.
Possessed. Raphie's been in New York for 12 hours and it is possessed.
I was gonna say, the hate bullets really, really did something. Guys, I'm so sorry. I did not mean any of that. That was.
Okay, I have an idea. Can I grab the martinis and chuck them at the nearest car?
Absolutely.
Her.
I'm hoping they're like some
Um,
sort of fun color so that they they mess up the windshield a little bit.
Sure, we'll
How
say that they're
glitter.
pink.
Yay!
Pink
Can I only use
martini.
orchestral unity one time?
No, you could use it more than once.
Yeah. Add.
Cool.
Add.
Add.
So
Okay.
adds the +2. Sorry, I forgot my own rules.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh, that's a 5 with the bonus.
Oh yeah, no, they got a 6. Unfortunately,
Oh no!
Oh, we're down to
so they.
Oh,
I don't think they're gonna deal the damage to you guys because they're also really rough. So I think they're just gonna take the. I think that like the martini hitting the windshield clears off some of the glitter, and it like helps the
Oh,
see a little
no.
bit better. We're going to the front now. Front. What is your move?
That's a
The-
good question.
Can we do a defensive move? Can we maneuver so that we're trying to get
True.
health back?
I will
Yeah.
maneuver.
I was gonna say, how are you getting out of this parking lot? But I don't know if you want to roll for that. I'll just let you guys flavor text. Is this like crashing from high level onto the street, or are you just like finding a way back out into the street?
Oh my god, us flying out the side of the parking garage is terrifying.
What if we just did donuts, guys? What if we just did donuts here?
We could just like try and like juke them, just loop and then go past them, and they're like, wait,
Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift. If you're trying to like go out past this car, I would like say it's probably you'd have to do that as a move, or we can just like say that you get out and you're back on the streets.
You know what? I think crashing would be fun, but that's just me because I've crashed through 2 windows already as Raphie. So
Raphie hates windows.
I think cinematically it would look the coolest, so.
That's fair. So we're trying to
Used
go out the
to-
side of the parking garage on one of the higher levels.
Maneuver to get the health back and get out. Yes.
Yeah, that's
think
what
that-
I'll do.
They rolled a 5.
Yeah, I rolled a 10 because I had +2 because of driving.
So you guys get 5 points
oh
back.
man.
Yes.
And yeah, this is Darcy taking a sharp turn and crashing through the glass windows of this big like New York glass car park. And I don't think you're too high up because you did go down. So you're now like you're coming up like 1 above street level, and the entire car sails through the air and crashes into the street. There are cars swerving out of the way on the street, honking at you as this pink convertible flies through the air onto the road.
Raphie's just like trying to tell Darcy like, okay, we're going to do it right on this street, and you're not gonna go down Main because Main is the worst street in the world. And
Why do you know all of this?
I've been here before. I've done this anyway.
Okay.
So, yep, 8 back, and they are still behind you with 5. I think they're going to go back to shooting. They're just going to shoot. They got a 6 to shoot you guys for their turn.
Cadence has umbrella, right?
Cadence has umbrella.
Cadence rolled.
Cadence, would you like to roll
Yes.
with D +2 for umbrella?
I got a 9.
6 and then 9.
No.
Okay, so, yeah, so you guys have won by 3. Would you guys like to...
Funny.
Would you guys want to deal them the 3 damage or take the 3
What are we at right now?
points? You guys
We're
are
at 8.
And what are they at?
5.
Yeah. Fuck 'em up.
Fuck them up.
Fuck
Just hit
'em
it back. Hit the pellet back with them.
I think that yeah,
Reflect.
this is it hits the umbrella. We'll say that it reflects and it bounces back, and it like the bullets bounce back off the umbrella as they're trying to follow you like out of the window and hits the ground. So like they do not land well. They land really badly. Hit the ground, swerving. You can hear as one of their tires explodes from the impact, and they're like screeching against the ground. Yeah, they're looking real rough as they're following you along out of the city. And we're back to you guys.
Vroom. Vroom.
I don't want to know what the last button does,
I
but I'm
also want
scared.
to know what the last button is.
I was gonna say the back can hit the button if we speed up, right?
Yes.
True.
That sounds like a plan.
I will speed up. You guys
Speeding
will
up?
hit.
Sure.
I rolled a 9 because it was
They
7
rolled
plus 2.
and also 9, so it nothing.
Aww.
You're speeding up, but they're keeping pace. At this point, we're saying that you guys have like torn over one of the bridges out of the city, like weaving between cars and causing massive backups and traffics all throughout the city of New York,
Great.
and are now sort of like heading upstate towards the training manor as they are pulling up behind you. And you said you guys are hitting the button.
Does
Yeah,
does Mattia
last
know what the last button does?
I think
At all.
Mattia like is white in the face and gripping
yeah.
things and is like dead silent, looking like she's about to throw up. I don't think she's any help here.
Man.
Raphie hands her one of like the pigeons and like it's just like hold on, this a little
She
comfort,
holds it
comfort
very
stuffy.
tight, like holding it to chest like it's a stuffed animal.
Amanda can press button.
Okay, I'm pressing the button, clambering over the cat.
Climb over the console to press the button on the console, and the taillights of the car flare this massive white flashbang beam, and just the car is blinded and slams on the brakes and screeches to a halt as it takes its final 2 points of damage, and screeching to a halt like absolutely wrecks the wheel that the tire is blown off of, and it is not moving any further. And car 1 is out of combat, meaning you guys have officially won Fast 14.
Yay!
That was so fun. I love
That was
I'm
so fun,
glad
Connor.
that you guys
That
thought that was
so
fun.
sick.
I had a lot of fun coming up with that system. Hopefully I can use it again sometime. I think it was fun. But I think as you guys are pulling away and driving through, you see as something is lobbed from through the brightness out of the car, and something hits the road behind the car, and that same kind of sand, black and green creature forms up that you saw in Goode's HQ and begins chasing the car as this tidal wave, as a nightmare races after you. I think that it is tailing for a while. You are tearing through the streets of like New York State, dropping through side streets and onto the highway and out and around, and this thing is tailing, losing you and gaining speed until eventually you can see Goode's Manor upcoming in the countryside in front of you. And as you pull in and this thing is still chasing, and you prepare to sort of turn around, and Amanda preparing to take shots, and Raphael preparing the birds, and Kane's gripping the lyre, a different car, small and red, also a convertible, comes out of nowhere and just absolutely crashes through this sand creature, obliterating it into smoke and sand before screeching it to a halt in little drifting donuts in the driveway of Goode's Manor as you guys pull to a stop.
Okay, hell yeah.
That worked out. That's.
Is everyone all right?
I mean, I feel pretty stressed since I've been driving at Mach 10 for the last, I don't know how long, but I'm doing good.
As you guys step out of the convertible, the door to this other little red convertible with its top down pushes open, and a woman steps out who you have not seen before. She is tall and broad and heavyset, with short-cut dark hair and tattoos running up her arms and across her collarbones, and she like runs a hand through her short hair and goes, "Holy shit, that was wild!"
Can I do like a scan with my like heart glasses to make sure like this is someone within our? Not that I don't believe her is the part of this, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I think the scans kind of passes over, and you do see a little. It like picks up on like the goods agent probably have like a key card or something like that to get into the building, and it like picks up on that and it brings it up, and it comes up identification classified goods operating agent Aria, which is the combat focused aspect of Aphrodite. So in the same way that Amanda is a Robin or Darcy is a Hedy Logos, they are an Aria.
Okay.
So I'm in love with her.
And she kind of steps over and offers out a hand and goes, "A little birdie told me that you guys might need some help. People around here call me Agent Q." And this is Agent Q
Hey.
There is art that I'm going to send you guys. You guys have seen art of Agent Q before, but I love her. She's great.
Hey, Queen. Hey, Queen. Oh my god.
I would love.
I do have like descriptions for her tattoos. She has across one bicep. You can see a tattoo of the birth of Venus, the painting, and on the forearm of that same arm is a little red spool of thread that sort of wraps around her arm, going down towards her wrist.
Jamie, I see you.
I know what you are.
Connor, did you make her specifically for me? She's beautiful.
I made her because every time I put you guys in a hard situation, you guys are like, "We have no hard points. We're all not
Yeah.
hard builds." So I gave you a buff lesbian butch hard build. Are you happy?
You gave us a big
I'm so
strong
happy.
woman to come protect us. Yay!
A child.
I feel so safe now.
But yeah, she's sort of holding out hands, introducing herself.
When she says a little birdie told me, I looked at Cream and Sugar and I go, which one of you?
I think she laughs.
I will go to shake her hand.
Mhm.
Let's not leave her hanging.
As this introduction is happening, in the corner of your eye, you can see like some of the sand start to like reform a little bit into that creature, and a gunshot rings across the courtyard and hits it, and it just explodes back into dust again. And as you turn around, Angela Heathersley, the former director of Goods, is standing at the door of the manor holding a rifle against her shoulder, and she just like slowly lowers it and looks down at you all and goes, "Wonderful. Of course you are the only agents for the Broken Hearts
Hates us so
Protocol.
bad."
Okay, come inside. Come on."
She hates us so much.
This woman, she's being kind of rude to you guys.
She doesn't like us.
Oh.
In her defense, we did burn down a house on our very first mission.
Ah.
Well, to be
That's
fair,
Illegally.
she was wrong, so, you know. I have beef. It's personal.
We don't like her either.
She steps inside, and as she like pushes open the door, you can see standing inside is another like older woman about the same age with longer hair that's kind of curled, wrapped up in like a sweater, and she like elbows Angela as she comes inside. "Be nice to them. They are the only agents we have right now." Yes, of course. "Agents, this is my wife, Margaret Heathersley. She is aiding in our Broken Hearts Protocol." Margaret kind of comes over and introduces you all, and she pulls Agent Q into a hug and sort of kisses the top of her head. "Oh, it's lovely to see you again. It has been far too long." And Angela leads you kind of through the rooms, and it's probably been a while since you guys have been in the Cupid Training Academy building. I mean, this is maybe spent 6 months to a year here after your first mission and getting kind of properly trained in the dormitories. It's this big old colonial era mansion in New York State. It's a beautiful place, especially, you know, usually, but now the curtains are drawn and the lights are off. Kind of everything has been shut down and put into emergency mode. And Angela leads you down into a kind of basement level that you would maybe recognize from seeing once or twice, kind of going to find Paulie. But this is the observation analytics area. It is old. This used to be where Goods operated, but really hasn't since the mid to late 80s at the latest as a backup thing. So these are old computers with black and green screens that you can see a handful of concerned Eros agents sort of like trying to boot back up. The manor and the training facility runs on its own closed system network, unlike the main HQ, so everything was protected here. The systems are old, but at least they are functional, and trying to breathe life back into them is a little above the pay grade of some of the newer Eros agents, but they're trying their best. And Ashley goes, "I would like to excuse any of the noises you may hear upstairs. Our current cherub agents are a little concerned. We're hoping to get most of them sent back home as soon as we can to their families, and we'll bring them back for later examinations when this all blows over. But for now, I think they're mostly just curious. Agent Q probably like looks around and wipes some of the dust off one of the top of the computers. I should say Agent Q is not much older than you guys, like maybe 2 or 3 years at max. And it's sort of looking around going, I didn't realize you guys still had all this stuff down here. And Angela goes, yes, we try to keep most of it. It's not exactly like we can throw classified information out in the junkyard. And suddenly one of the other Eros agents manages to pull up a handful of files on a computer, and you can like hear the computer whirring away and the little beeps as it comes up on the screen. I think we might have found it. The green-eyed monster. And a couple of people crowd around, and if you go over to the screen, you can see a little layout, sort of almost like an agent write-up. Like you all have a file like this back at Goods, but this distinctly isn't a Goods file. And Raphie would notice, and I think Maddie pushes forward and goes, that's an AIM agent file. What? And Angela Heatherly sort of runs a hand over her face and sighs, sort of leaning over everyone to look at the screen, and goes, I wondered this. The recent mission to Paris was not the first time that Goods and AIM have had to work together in the last 70 years, as is mostly believed throughout the companies. The last mission was classified even internally after the disastrous consequences. Almost 25 years ago now, former AIM agent Edith Turner was exposed to a developmental version of the hate projectile synthesized, based on earlier alchemical formulas by the Order of Fated Relations. The records of it were destroyed afterwards. The hate synthesis never left her system. This is a person whose entire body is held together by disgust and hate and spite. Previously, Turner attempted to take down AIM, and reinforcements were needed from Goods. Miss Walker, your parents were involved in this team. It was one of the reasons that they had enough sway in the company to bring you in initially as a recruit. Edith Turner has been off-grid for the last 10 years. No one has seen or heard from her until, it seems, the appearance of the green-eyed monster in underground syndicates.
How do we stop her?
I don't entirely know. Previous missions were unsuccessful to the extent that all of the events were classified. I'd be surprised if there were anyone other than Dame Pattenbury and myself who really remember the events at all. It was part of the reason that AIM began working on memory erasing technology.
There's no way to reverse the effects of the hate, even if they could engineer it backwards.
Not that we necessarily know. We've never been able to keep Agent Turner in custody long enough to really attempt, and I don't believe that she is interested in reversing it. Whether it's a disenfranchisement with the agency that failed her, or purely a side effect of the aggression within her system, Edith Turner is determined to destroy the strings of fate as we know them, to remove love from the universe's equation in any means necessary. If I had to guess, that is likely one of the reasons that Psyche et l'Amour was a target of the Louvre's break-in. Maddie probably steps in and goes, well, we were doing analysis on the formula found on the back. It was an older version of the love and hate concoctions. It was far more powerful than the things we use today. It would be devastating if something like that made it into production.
What if we create the love version of that and try that on Edith?
I mean, it's possible we could attempt it. We have some synthesized versions from initial testing of the project that Edith was a part of. We haven't got the chance to utilize it.
Who was Edith before all of this? Did she have friends, family, lover, any of these things?
I can't claim to know. That would be AIM jurisdiction to keep track of the files. If I had to guess, it's likely. People who would been around her, people who she worked with, lived with, loved. No one, even in our agencies, even our most secretive agents, is truly no one to the world around them.
Well, then it seems worth it to try and salvage her out of this situation, as well as just stop her.
I know that in the past, I have not treated this particular group of agents with the respect you likely deserve, given your skill and capability. But if the group of you are willing to put yourselves on the line to attempt to help, and at the very least put a stop to the green-eyed monster, we can have our internal labs work on synthesizing a love concoction based on the original recipes. It should take us less than 6 hours, give you time to rest, regain yourselves, give us time to track down where the signals that invaded Goode's HQ may have come from. Your mission, should you all choose to accept it, is to put a stop to the green-eyed monster.
I accept.
Me as well. Looks at Cadence and Darcy.
Yeah, we're agreeing.
Well, if you guys are going, obviously we're going.
Angela sort of looks up and looks around at the sort of assembled skeleton crew of Eros agents and trainers and people whose entire job is to bring new Cupids into the task force. And you can even see at the doorway a couple of young faces, young agents that haven't yet completed their training, peering in and looking at you, much the same as you would have been looking at more accomplished agents yourselves 5 years ago. And it says, all right, Cupids, let's bring some love to the world.
Aww,
Hell yeah.
that's so cute.
Connor, this is so good. I'm having a great
I'm
time.
glad. I'm enjoying so far. So we're gonna kind of come back in after that kind of like 6 to 8 hour break. You know, it's probably nighttime now as things are settling in. You've had time to rest, maybe like catch up on some sleep, considering you're probably not going to get some in the next little bit going on this mission. They've kind of replenished all of your ammunitions and stock in terms of smoke and glitter bombs and, you know, bullets and everything like that. Tuned up the lyre for Cadence. They kind of have their own, you know, closed team that works on making sure that they have up-to-date gadgets and everything for training here. And when you come back into the room, they've kind of set up in this basement lab area. You know, they don't have any of the big fancy screens or anything. They've just put up a big map of the US up on a board. And you can see Angela and Margaret and a couple of other agents like standing around and talking and like circling places and drawing lines on it with the marker. As you come in, Mateo, who's been kind of working and helping out and kind of doing her usual role, just not for her usual agency. And says, well, we think we may have been able to trace the signal. There's a small island off the southeast coast of America, just here, and she goes over and points at where they've circled a little island off in the Bahamas. It's privately owned, but we can't seem to find who owns it exactly, which is likely an indication that it probably belongs to G.E.M or associates. This is where the signal came from. We seem to have been able to track some of the members who attacked the Goode's HQ facility back to this location. All signs seem to point that this is where we're going. And I think Agent Q kind of leans over her desk and goes, how exactly are we getting to an island off the coast of Florida? But that's the issue. And Angela steps in and goes, Goodes would usually have an arsenal of vehicles, boats, helicopters, but we no longer have access to any of that. And Agent Q kind of stands up and goes, well, my dad has a boat. It's like not too far from here. We could probably, I mean, I have the keys to it if we can get there. And like a couple of them kind of look around each other and goes, all right, I suppose Agent Q will be able to guide you to the boat. Unfortunately, once you're that far out, given the limited range of communication from the training facility, you may be on your own. And I think that Angela then reaches down to a desk and brings out a little pink briefcase and opens it up. And inside there is a handful of vials of this glowing pink liquid. There are 4 of them. This is all we managed to synthesize of, as far as we can tell, the original love concoction created by Robin Goodfellow. It is highly potent and incredibly volatile, but it may be enough to break the hold of jealousy over Agent Turner. She closes it back up and holds it out to the 4 of you.
I think Raphie holds their hands out and takes it so very gingerly and so very gently. Okay. And Matthew, were you able to find anything on who she was before?
Bits and pieces. I made some personal phone calls and pulled some strings. AIM's systems are blocked, but not down in the same manner as Goode's. It seems that it was a direct, targeted attack against Agents Amor, Castillo, and Walker due to the events in Paris rather than systematically targeting agencies.
Mm.
She had a partner, it seems. He hasn't been seen in quite a while, but I managed to get a name file and some information, a photo, and she kind of hands over a closed-up dossier. No record of family, as far as we could tell. Most of her life was dedicated to the agency. She seemed to have been one of the top stealth operatives for reconnaissance that we had at the time. But as the former director, I suppose, I don't entirely know what to call you, pointed out most documents have been classified or erased, and the connections I have aren't quite enough to uncover them.
Thank you for this.
I had a name, but I don't remember which document the name is in, so I'm gonna pull up a new name generator for this guy. Alright, the name is Jasper Parks.
Okay. Cute.
Jasper Parks.
And you kind of flip open the dossier, and it's this guy with darker skin and closely kind of cropped hair and kind of smiling and looking at the camera, and has an arm around who you do recognize as the woman, on the screen, the green-eyed monster that was looking down at you, although her eyes in this photo are a kind of warm brown color rather than that neon green. But that seems to be the only photo that's in the dossier.
I think Raphael's gonna fold it up and put it inside their suit jacket.
Agent Q fishes around in her pocket and pulls out a set of keys to the little red convertible and goes, all right, if everyone's ready, we can head out. I guess we're going to Florida. And we're going to time jump over that drive, unless you guys specifically want interactions with Agent Q.
We're vrooming. We're
Vroom.
zooming.
Zooming.
There's a lot of inside jokes the entire drive, but we gotta go for all of them.
I think Raphie definitely has cream and sugar, and it's just talking about them, and whoever wants to hold a bird can hold a bird.
I do.
I will hold a bird.
The rest of the team keeps making inside jokes and then having to explain them to Raphie, and then making the same joke later, and then Raphie laughs this time. That's what's happening.
I got the reference this time.
And that's socialization. That's how you socialize.
Honestly, I think that the 4 of you are crammed in the back, and in the front is Agent Q and Maddie, and Maddie seems very flustered anytime that Agent Q talks to her.
Maddie is real.
Raphie is definitely going to talk to Maddie about that later, because they're friends.
So after this kind of road trip, you guys pull up to just a docks and marina. Agent Q drives you out to this docks, and you guys transition to a boat. It's not a big boat. It's a, oh, this is a nice boat. But yeah, and you can see scrolled on the side, the name of the boat is the Cupids boat.
Ah, I like it.
She kind of walks up and starts untying things. Well, hop on board, I guess. I mean, it's ours now. I don't think he's gonna mind too much. And you guys step on board. It's this nice little, it's a boat. You kind of get set up. If you like duck into the little cabin section, you can see there's some hats and sunscreen and the kind of things that a family would take out on the water. It doesn't look like it's been used in a little while. And there's a little framed photograph on the dash, and it's like a large family photo. Maybe, I don't know, a dozen or so people, a couple of adults with a bunch of kids. And you can see in the middle of the photo is Polly holding a little Agent Q as she sits on his lap and surrounded by the rest of their family.
I'm gonna cry. That's so cute.
He's a father.
He's a father.
I love it here.
You guys are setting off down the coast, and we'll kind of jump forward and speed through this like a day or two down the side of the coast.
I was gonna say for like flavor text, I think Raphie is a little bit scared of like it's not in the being of the boat, it's the being thrown out of the boat. They get a little seasick, you know?
That's
They're
fair.
like, I don't want to throw up.
Can I transform my long distance love into a water gun?
Sure, it's a magic gun.
I think it's funny.
You love harpoons.
Yeah! Harpoon gun is crazy!
This is now turning into the beach episode. Welcome to the beach episode of Cupids.
Yay!
Raphie's like,
Tropical
oh.
locations. They're in the Bahamas. They're on a boat. They're
Cadence doesn't want to get her hair wet.
Also,
Curly
Raphie
is
does
the
not want.
problem.
Yeah, curly hair buddies. They don't want to get their hair wet. So I feel like we didn't talk a lot last time, but how did you guys start, being a couple and everything?
You know the story about how we burnt down the house?
Ah, yes, the college. The college one.
Yes. Same night.
Oh,
Funnily
we
enough.
just outside the burnt house, the burning down
Yeah.
house.
that is, in this line of work, I feel like that is quite romantic. What is the thing that you like the most about the other?
I love how creative she is and how good she is at playing music.
Amanda's really hot when she shoots a gun.
I love you!
That is
This is
definitely a good,
great.
honest answer. I hope that after all this, you guys are able to, have your wedding without stress and everything like that.
Well, you've definitely earned yourself an invite.
I didn't want to be presumptuous, but I was hoping that I could go.
Do your birds want to be part of our ceremony?
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
I mean, if you need like the people who throw the pedals, I feel like they can drop some pedals from above or like do some. They're really good with like acrobatics and synchronized swimming. They do that, but in the air.
The flower birds.
They are happy and willing for treats. They'll do anything.
Marriage.
I feel like Darcy could perform the ceremony. Can I be real?
Yeah, I'm real like that. She, you know what? She has.
She
like,
would be ordained, I feel.
Yeah, she's ordained.
This is great filler content, guys. I love this
I was just letting you guys riff. We'll transition into approaching the island. I think that the waters are a little bit choppy as you head out there, just because this boat is not really meant for sailing this far out into the ocean. But as you get closer, you can see the island kind of rising up out of the water, covered in foliage and palm trees with some kind of, not necessarily a mountain, but like a large rocky outcrop kind of in the center. And after getting a little closer than is maybe appropriate, Agent Q kind of stops the boat and drops an anchor and comes back out and goes, "You guys have got that scuba gear, right? From
Oh my god.
back at Goods?"
I was wondering
Oh,
what you were
yeah.
doing with that, and then I forgot about it.
I still have those.
And she kind of pulls out of a trunk a handful of like waterproof bags for you to put like gadgets and things in. It goes, I'm not entirely sure how close we can get without it becoming an issue. We don't really have an idea of the security that this place has, but I mean, I can't imagine that there's too much expected coming from underwater. And Maddie pulls out a map and places it down on a table outside the boat. Goes, from what we've been able to track, there is some kind of cave system located on this side of the island that extends under the water. If you can get in there, it should lead up onto the beaches, if not further inland.
I'm just thinking about Raphael being like, if a fish comes near me, can one of you guys shoo it away?
It is the ocean, so there's going to be.
Well, I just mean most fish don't want to come up to people, so if it's coming up to people, I think it's going to be a problem.
Squirt my water gun. I'll get it. Don't worry.
Thank you. Thank goodness they're all staying away.
Are you scared of fish?
It is, well, I just don't want them to touch me. Because it's like if there's a fish that they're mostly scared of people. So if they're coming up to me, I'm taking it like animal coming up to you in the woods. Usually they have rabies because they're not supposed to come up to you.
I don't think fish have rabies though.
But something else could be wrong with them, and I don't want to find out.
Fish rabies.
Or even like the dangerous. There's like barracudas and like the
Okay,
dangerous fish
okay.
that want to take a little nibble.
Little nibble.
Oh
A
yeah.
little fun fact.
It is a little fun fact.
A little fun fact is my favorite thing you've ever said, Vito. It's so good.
So yeah, you guys are kind of assembled on the back of the boat with your little scuba masks and bags full of gear and the harpoon, the love harpoon gun.
You're not gonna give me a pool noodle, Connor?
Honestly, I feel like because it is like a family boat, that it's like a family with a lot of kids, there is probably pool noodles and things. It's not like a spy boat, it's just a boat that they...
Nah. Now we get to use pool noodles as a weapon, guys. We unlocked it. It's like when you're playing a video game.
You unlock the silly weapon.
Exactly. Well, we go under the water.
Maddie and Agent Q on the boat, like, wish you luck, wave you off, and you guys are swimming under the water. It is, like, really nice and picturesque as you're swimming down here. Like crystal blue water. You can see the reef and all of these fish below you swimming around, kind of staying away as you're swimming above them.
I don't have to shoot any fish around Raphie, do I?
It's gonna make you guys roll to swim, but I feel like you don't need to roll to swim. I don't know what a swim roll is exactly. Like
Roll swim.
Raphie is just like
Because I feel like it would be hard, and we've established that we're not good at that, so...
The scuba gear helps. We're slaying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can breathe fine down there. It's like a little respirator mask kind of thing. And as you swim up closer, you can see from underwater there is, on this kind of rocky cliff outlet that you could see from the boat, this cave that goes in, and you can see light actually coming from deeper within this little underwater cave. As the four of you swim in through it and around, all of the little fish and things scatter. In the distance, you can see is a turtle bobs past and everything. It's very, very, very pretty and picturesque. And scenic
Where are
under the
we
water.
right now?
In the Bahamas. I don't know. There's turtles and
Okay,
shit.
cool.
Probably.
Also stingrays.
Also stingrays.
Just forgot where.
Also barracuda, but like.
Don't
say the
remind
B word
me.
in front of Raphael.
I have to talk to you about the barracudas.
Listen, I could have been mean and thrown like a lionfish and shit in here. Like,
No. Oh my
Man.
I don't know, undisclosed tropical location.
god. Okay.
Undisclosed tropical location.
I said that like the Bahamas off the coast of like Caribbean area off the coast of Florida. I'm picturing the island from The Incredibles.
Okay, now I
Perfect.
understand where we are.
Understood.
you know, evil supervillain base. I don't know, like island supervillain base. That's what we're that's the scene I'm setting. This is my word picture. Syndrome from The Incredibles.
If everyone's a Cupid.
No.
Oh,
Please get some brown context on him. Please. I'm shaking.
As you guys go into this cave, and it's honestly not too deep before it opens up into this big subterranean cave with pools of water in it that you kind of rise up out of. There doesn't seem to be anyone in here, but it is lit up. You can see where like electric lights have been set up along the walls to light up this cave as an entrance to the area.
Can we see any cameras?
Sticking your head up out of the water, maybe make a finesse roll, please, if you're looking for cameras.
Peeking.
9. I had that roll 9.
You can see one camera kind of monitoring the pool from further down the hallway, like kind of pointed out from the hallway towards the water.
First thought was glitter bomb.
I mean,
Bomb.
I don't know if the glitter.
Smoke bomb. Smoke
Yeah,
bomb.
would it like code it like that?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay.
It's glitter.
Hell yeah.
It'll-
I'm
Would it
glitter
be?
bombing.
Would it announce us?
Is it
True.
loud?
I just meant like
Oh,
like
he's
if
loud.
there's glitter all over a camera.
I don't think from the camera they would be able, like once it's covered, I don't think they'd be able to tell it's glitter.
Aren't we already
Like,
in front of it? Like,
It's not like trained on you.
okay.
There's a camera, but like it,
Is it like one that where it has like a sight line and it's just like moving?
yeah, it like
Like,
moves back
yeah,
and forth.
Okay, so we're trying to stay
Kinda
out
down
of
the
view of
hallway.
it and then glitter bomb it.
Yes, I like
I
that.
was gonna say, do you want one of my birds to drop off the glitter bomb again?
Oh, that could be sick, because that way we can be sure we're not
Ooh,
in the line of sight of it.
Cream
true.
like goes in front
How
and
did
then
the
sugar
birds
drops it.
The birds.
Did they have a little
How did
scuba
you-
deer?
No, I was
They have
thinking
little
that they were just
scuba
flying. I was thinking they were just
over.
flying above us.
They're
Okay.
birds.
Yeah, okay.
They
we'll
have
say they're
other
flying above.
ways to get places.
Okay.
They don't need
Mhm.
to swim.
I actually think as you're swimming and they're flying over the top with the little cameras on them, Raphie, you can see in your little glasses heads-up display like bird POV.
POV,
POV, you
bird.
are a bird.
You are a bird and you're looking at these goobers in the water.
Said, ha, imagine swimming.
So you could probably like guide them through, I don't know, magical technological means that lets you guide the birds from the cameras.
So true.
Drones
I
are
felt
huge
mean last time
technology.
where I was like, they're birds, you can't just make them do shit. And then I was like, you can just make them do shit. I don't care anymore.
They're whimsical. It's fine.
They're
There is
whimsical.
character development.
They have personalities now. I can't tell you that you can't get them to do stuff.
So is that something that I roll?
yeah, I think
I
think
would
that's
imagine,
cool.
yeah.
What is my plus with the?
Uh-oh.
Would this be like finesse or?
This is probably a more because you're using the connection that you have with the birds. It's like an emotional connection with the birds.
Thank God, it's a 9 with a more.
You watch as from down the hallway where you've led these birds, they find their way into the cave, swoop in, pick one of these glitter bombs, and like use their little bird feet to throw it up at this camera. And I think that the camera does seem to catch an image of the bird throwing a glitter bomb, and there seems to be a moment where you can see the lens adjust for just a moment to be like, oh, there's something here, and then the glitter bomb hits and coats the camera and the whole wall around it in pink glitter and obscures you from its vision.
Yippee! Hooray!
Maybe.
Well, let's go forward.
Hell yeah.
Welcome to the dungeon crawl portion of this one shot.
We love a dungeon.
For this next little bit, we're gonna do like a blanket finesse stealth roll for the party. You can elect who you want to do it, but that'll be like avoiding being seen while you're walking through these underground caves and tunnels.
I have a +2. I can roll. 11.
That's a success. You guys are able to, with Amanda leading you, sneak through these caves, and as you're going along, the caves do turn from kind of rough natural caves into distinctly drilled out and man-made tunnels. The stone underfoot turns to concrete, and the walls get lighter, as you can see. Like, these have been made, this is lit, there is infrastructure here, there are lights. It gets brighter and almost clinical and white as you move through. And as you are about to round a corner, after sort of walking through these underground tunnels and occasionally having to dodge camera views and everything, you can see a group of guards kind of dressed in that similar black and green color scheme as the people who attacked, standing around a particular hallway as it opens up into more different passageways.
What plan, gang?
Great question. The objective is to get inside. Yes.
Yeah.
So we could either be stealthy about it and hope this is like the main room, like the main spot, and there's no like other spots. If we just want to like go in guns blazing, or we could be sneaky about it and just get in and make our way through the entire facility if it's a whole facility thing.
I think sneaky might be our best move because, like, if we get caught, we can just go in guns blazing after that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can be prepared.
I agree.
Okay.
And then, Connor, did you say that there was people outside of it right now?
You can see two guards standing in front of a particular door, which seems to lead up out of these tunnels.
Darcy, can you still like change into people? Like, even if like what they were wearing wasn't the same?
I mean, yes. Why?
Because we saw quite a few people during our car chase, and well, we see the uniform right now, so if there was someone who could be sneaky about it and go up and maybe change out positions, maybe something like that, believe it would be you. Like, send one of them on their break, and then we can take the other one out.
Alright, I got it. I can do it. I'm gonna change into one of the people that were chasing us, and then in one of the uniforms. That's my move.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Same thing as the last time you used it, that misty pink tinted sand that sort of wraps around you and settles into this disguise of a person. And yeah, you kind of approach. I would need you to roll a charm roll along with just trying to impersonate their coworker.
Alright, well, I rolled an 11, so I'll try my best.
This is
I'll
a
do
success.
so good. I'll do so good.
You do so good.
I'm trying to think. What are the vibes I want whatever person this is to have? Okay, I think I got
I know
it.
it's not, but looking at your profile picture, I like to imagine it's just Markiplier and a scheme.
Again, it's him again.
I just like the idea that Darcy has the ability to turn into everyone, but it's always just this same one
It's just
cop from Paris.
Markiplier.
It's just Markiplier.
You know what? Yeah, we'll just bring Markiplier back. Hey, gang. I'm here to take over position. You gotta go on break. You know how it goes.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I thought kind of like looks down at his watch and
Yeah. You know, it's important to take your breaks. So go on your break.
right, yeah, sure, of course. And he kind of like nods and adjusts the little holster on his side and yeah, goes back up those stairs beyond the door, higher up into the facility.
I did it.
Yay!
The other guard is kind of standing there like, oh, is like someone else coming in to... I mean, he started after me. I just thought like...
Oh, hold on.
if I
Someone's
could-
talking on my radio. Give me...
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay.
You can tell him that the person coming for him is coming soon and just to head out and they'll be here soon.
Yeah, okay. The guy switching you out, he's running behind. He just radioed me. So, you can head out. I'm sure I've got it.
All right, yeah, if you're sure. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, we're all a little sore these days,
Yeah,
given everything, all the changes
yeah.
and everything. Yeah,
We're on edge. There's
all right,
a lot
sure, man.
going
He goes to
on.
like fist bump you as he walks away.
I don't fist bump him back.
Oh,
I just
okay.
let
He
him
like
go.
holds it for a second and then is like, "All right, cool,
Come on,
I'll
man.
see you
This is
later.
a
I'll see
serious
you later, John."
situation. You
Yeah,
gotta
no, I
go
know.
on
I'm
break.
just like, right, and he, like, kind of speeds upstairs.
This is so good, oh my god.
You alpha mailed him. You alpha mailed him.
You out alpha.
Well, I did it, guys. Let's go.
I did it. I saved the
Yay.
town.
I did it.
So let's scoot on by.
Yeah, let's go.
Scoot and boogie.
I'll just stay as Markiplier for a bit. Just in case.
Just in case.
It's okay. If anybody comes past, I'll just be like, yeah, I single-handedly have how many people do we have with that? I'm
There are
counting.
3.
3 and 2 birds.
Three.
The
Three
birds
and
are
two
elsewhere. We
birds.
don't need to worry
The
about
birds are
birds.
also prisoners.
Yeah, they're all my prisoners. I took them down single-handedly. They're scared of me.
Scared.
And then you guys just have to ask scared, and then we got it. Done.
Okay.
Do you want us to be like combative, like, two, I don't like you, sort of thing?
I want you to be combative, but like a scared combative. Like like you have to be
okay.
combative, and then I have to like pretend like I'm gonna punch you, and then you gotta go, oh.
Oh no.
Please no. I have 2
The
birds,
accent
please.
cracks me up. Oh man. I have 2 birds.
It was the two. I don't like you. Yeah.
Perfect.
This
Outstanding.
is amazing.
You guys got it. We did it. Let's keep going. Sneakily, of course.
Sneakily, as you guys come up these stairs, the cave system opens out into this big facility, almost not too dissimilar to the way that the AIM headquarters, once you enter into it, opens up into this network of rooms and tunnels. Like, you can hear people talking from certain rooms. There seems to be machinery happening in a different room. You can hear radio broadcasts kind of being cycled through and checked over. As you passing through rooms, you can see, screens monitoring things and radar and things like that. And I would like someone to roll me an Amor roll, please.
Not me.
I have 1.
I was gonna say I have 1 as well, but I just rolled finesse.
I have -2 and a more. It is
Oh my
not
god.
me.
I have
That's good.
-1.
I might do this
Well,
one then.
You can go.
Alright, let me. Okay. I got 11.
11.
Nice.
Okay. As you move past one of these rooms with screens in it, you catch a glimpse and sort of like pause and backtrack. There is a large amount of screens that seem to be monitoring it almost looks like a missile within a silo. This large rocket that a handful of people are, there's cameras looking at it from different angles, and you can see, like, on the screens, people moving around and adjusting it and fixing panels.
That's crazy.
What do we do?
So, okay. This one, we can't really leave them ourselves because it doesn't look like they're, like, doing any guarding. So, it is going to have to be some sort of, like, sweet talking sort of thing. I'm good at sweet talking, but I don't have a uniform, which is the only problem.
I mean, I'm okay at sweet talking. I can.
I'm so bad. You have fun.
I have 1, so I can.
I
can
have
probably
charm
do it.
2. I have charm plus
That's
2.
I
She's
also
so
have plus
charming.
2.
She's so charming. I have -1. Hold my wife with pure loser boy swag. Don't worry.
Because like they're fixing stuff right now, right? Is that what I heard?
Looking in the room and kind of like peering through the doorway, it seems like they're either fixing it or like finishing up construction on it. Like, it looks complete, but they seem to be just like making adjustments to it on the screens.
I could go in with my, like, this is very particular type of energy. Like, I think in the Americas you guys call it, like, Karen energy.
Oh.
Like, I am a superior, but, like, less so on the customer side, more on, like, the corporate side of, like, what do you think you're doing? This was supposed to be done at this time, and blah, 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 blah,
True.
Hmm.
I mean, you do look. You do wear your nice clothes, so it could work.
There's clothes that are all wet from swimming.
Nah. They're nice still.
They're nice. They're just damp.
Yeah, they're
a
just
little
damp,
damp.
nice clothes.
Oh, I got it. Don't worry. I got it. Raphie's gonna walk up in their damp, nice clothes and say, "Where have you been? Do you know what happened in the office space? There is a leakage in the office. Look at my outfit. Look at that. Do you think
This like scientist turns around and is like, what? This is the monitoring stations.
no? And you were monitoring all of the plumbing and everything that's happening and going on.
I mean, it's not necessarily my job. Can I get you to roll a charm for me, please,
Yes,
Raphie?
absolutely. Does this count as charm? I feel like this is not very charming. I think like they're gonna pivot and do the thing where it'd be like, it is fine, okay? I just need you to like let either like go over there and let someone know that this is the problem that is happening at the moment, because this and it's like looking down at their outfit, like this is unacceptable, like this cannot be happening, especially right now with everything going on. I don't know, if there was even like maybe there's more than just the leakage, so I need something to be checked out, okay? Can I use a move?
Depending on which move and if it applies.
I have an idea if this fails.
Okay.
I have a backup plan just in case.
Okay, so lost in translation by causing a scene of confusion or twisting words into a circle of meaning, you create a brief window to shape the truth more to my liking.
Okay.
As long as I can logically back it up. And the logically backing it up is like, I am damp. I am covered in water. And there was, like, this is, like, very confusing for them because this is not, like, their realm of expertise. This is not, like, anything that they're supposed to be doing.
Mhm.
But I have such an authoritative disposition. And, like, also I did, like, the bait and switch that, like, manipulative people do when they're like, blah, 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 I'm mad. But, like, actually, like, we are on the same page. Like, it's just, that sort of thing. That doesn't make any sense.
No, I get what you mean. I'll say yeah, but yeah, we'll go with that because I think it does make like you are backing it up logically. It is falling within the move and everything. I think like you are wet and you are like just kind of yelling at this guy about something he doesn't really know how he's supposed to fix that, but he's like I can go and find one of that construction team. I suppose I'm supposed to be watching the aerosol missile development. Okay, sure, yes, okay, and like ducks out of the room and pushes past and gives Darcy and the other two like a weird look going past, being like, "What's going on? Like talk to him." But you guys are now alone in the room with the screens of this missile.
Yay!
They say missile.
Missile.
Why? We have missiles? I don't believe we have missiles.
No.
Okay, that
Not.
is.
I believe he called it an aerosolated missile.
So that's.
Huh?
That's a lot more than I expected it to be here. Okay.
That's not good.
I'm not particularly good with technology. Is there any of you that
I
are?
actually am good at technology.
Yeah.
Pulls on the goggles that I never get to pull on.
I think if just based off of motive, I think this probably has like a ton of like the original hate juice in there, I guess. And I'm guessing they're just going to just have everyone have the hate juice. So if you want to disarm it, that probably be great.
I mean, I probably can. Hopefully.
You could, but probably not from here. Like this is just like a room with computers like monitoring it kind of thing.
This is just a room with computers monitoring.
This is just a room where they have a guy making sure that nobody is going in and up the missile. Like,
well,
Why don't you go in there and up the missile?
can we look on the computer and see where the
you're
missile
kind
is?
of like
Can we
looking
see it?
through, and you're able to like pull up a map of the base, and you can see there's kind of a central area which seems to be on the side of the big rocky cliff that you guys kind of approach towards, and then to the left of that there seems to be this silo built into the formation of the island.
Well, that's where it is.
So I'm assuming that one of us has to stay here, make sure no one can look at the missile unless we think that man will be gone for quite some time.
Well, there might be a way for us to like just take down the surveillance. Yeah, I can take down the surveillance of it. I can do it. I can
Okay.
cook.
Do that.
The wits roll, please, Darcy.
It's gonna be an 8.
So on the partial success, you do manage to some of the cameras shut down, some of them you've just like managed to loop like part of the footage on a couple of screens, so like it looks like it's still up, but it's not recording anything new. You've managed to obscure anything that would be happening in this missile silo, but you don't know how long that's going to last. Like you've managed to get into the system and mess around with some wiring, mess around with some of the computing, but there's no guarantee that like it's going to stay like that if someone does come back.
Well, I've done all I can do.
I could glitter bomb it.
Ah, that's
Does
an
that
idea.
help?
just cover the computers in glitter.
You know
Oh,
what?
well.
Then they won't want to touch it. Yeah, put a couple down.
Okay, I'm throwing some glitter bombs around.
Yeah. So these computers are now covered in glitter, and you can hear as it gets like sucked into the fans that are cooling these massive hyper advanced computers. Hear it grinding away in the components and see it seeping into the keyboards and everything.
Yeah.
These computers are gonna be fucked up. Yeah.
Well, there we go. Problem solved.
Moving back out into the hallway, you kind of see as a group of guards do run past, and a group of these henchmen kind of file back down into some of the lower levels and past you. They don't really seem to stop and pay you guys any mind because you're in this room, but they're alerted to some presence and people are mobilizing around you.
I can go see what is going on if you guys want.
Yeah, oh yeah, you still in your disguise. Do that.
I'm still a guy. I'll go. I'll radio you guys. I'll tell ya. I'm gonna run out.
Darcy, you kind of miss that first group as they disperse into different hallways and everything, but you manage to follow one or two that go up to a level which has like a balcony that opens up into a much bigger subterranean area, and you watch as below a couple of the guards dragging in a handcuffed Agent Q and Matea into
No.
the
Matty.
base.
That's no good.
Oh no, guys,
them
guys,
know.
what do we do?
I'm gonna radio and go.
Onindaga.
This is not a joke anybody understands, but
No,
us.
it's funny. I'm gonna like turn and speak into the radio and go, hey, so Agent Q and Maddie are taken.
No.
Uh-oh.
Okay. This is fine.
It's okay.
We can adjust that. Do you think that they like if you look can you see Agent Q? Can you see like make eye contact with her?
I will try. I'm gonna. How far away from Agent Q am I right now? Like that, I'm like looking.
I would say you're on like a balcony looking down, maybe like a half story.
Okay. So I'm trying to figure out a way to like show that it's me. We spent a road trip together. They know me now.
Change your face for like 1 second, or is that?
I can. Oh wait, can I like? Because my eyes are a distinct color. They're pink. Can I change my eyes to like my pink red for a second
Then wink.
and wink?
Okay, yeah. Like you see as Agent Q is like struggling and like kicking out and headbutting people as there's like this handful of guards dragging her through and like cursing a bunch of people out, and looks up to curse out the guards who are just kind of standing there watching, and catches eyes with you for just a second and then falls silent and is still like resisting but much less violently. And I think that a couple of them take a second to be like, hey, what's going on? Why have you stopped? What's suddenly changed? And so like a couple of them are suspiciously looking around now.
I pretend to suspiciously look around.
Sure. You're looking around, and kind of as you're looking around, they lead Matea and Agent Q through a doorway, and you kind of lose sight of them. And you can kind of hear as Agent Q is trying to like talk down and comfort Maddie, who is panicking.
Okay. See if you can maybe either send one of the guards off to come in our general direction, and then we will take them out and use their uniform. And if there's two of us guiding those P2 around, I feel like that is a better opportunity to change the tides when we need to.
True. Okay. How I gotta figure out how to get over there from this balcony without looking suspicious.
Jumps down.
I am going to go around and try and find a way down that doesn't look suspicious.
There's like a staircase that you can head down to that lower level that like
Sick.
you are looking around and inspecting the area, so it's not gonna look too suspicious.
Okay. Oh, I'm looking around suspiciously. Oh, what if I switch them out? Oh, I'm such a good coworker. I am gonna catch up to the gang and act like I'm hearing something on my radio. I will come up to the dudes. How many of them are there?
That says maybe 3.
Okay.
1 guiding Maddie and 2 on Agent Q.
Okay, I have an idea now. Does one of them have a name tag? Like, do any of them have name tags or anything? Any name thing on them?
I don't see why not. They probably have like a
Okay.
little badge that just says like
Like their
Jefferson.
last
I don't
name
know.
or whatever.
Yeah, like a last
like-
name or something.
yeah.
I didn't come up with a name.
Jefferson.
Let me look at my
Yeah,
shelves.
Jefferson. Sure.
Okay,
that works.
Jefferson. I was gonna say Thorn, but
It
Jefferson's
doesn't
fine.
matter who it is. Any of this set
Jefferson
of
and
dudes.
Thorn. There's 2 of them.
All right. I'm gonna look at Jefferson. I'm gonna go, Jefferson.
He like stops, turns around.
Some of the higher ups are looking for you, dude. You're in big trouble.
Oh, man, what did I do? I love how all of my gods have the same voice for some reason. They're all frat bros. Like, oh, dude, what did I do, man? Ah.
I don't know. They're really mad. I'll take care of this, but you have to go talk to them, dude. They're losing their shit right now.
Oh, shit. All right. He like very tentatively backs away from Agent Q, like waiting for her to like make a break for it or attack the other person, and then like makes eye contact with you and switches out, and then like jogs down the hallway.
Amanda, do you still have your sleep sands?
Yep. Shoot. Finesse.
Yes, please.
And I can get both of my bonuses now that we're not car chasing anymore.
Yes, now that you're not car chasing. Bro is sprinting down this hallway.
12.
12. Yeah, you hit him. This guy is running, and then you snipe him with this pellet, and he just like crumples, like flops backwards comically as
Oh, no.
he is immediately knocked out and put to sleep as he's running down the hallway.
I think Raphael tries to catch him so he doesn't like hit his head and like die.
For 12, yeah, I think Raphie could like catch him, but like this guy is out. He is schnoozing, honk shoe, like out for the count. Snoozing.
Alright, perfect. And then I could probably go in the uniform and sweet talk my way in. And then we just need a team on this side helping to disband the missile.
We can stay back and try and do the best we can with the missile.
Okay.
I feel like divide and conquer might be our best shot here.
Alright, perfect. As respectfully as possible, Rafi's gonna undress this man and take his uniform.
As respectfully as possible. It's funny.
I think like takes off their coat and drapes it over his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, there, you're not there. There.
Raphie is now dressed in like a slightly ill-fitting black combat gear with green accents, armored vest sort of thing.
Oh god, it's so tacky.
Yeah, you are now disguised as a god.
I think if the person has like a full face mask, they might take like just the bottom part of it, so that at least like their eyes are visible to Agent Q and Maddie.
Vibes.
Especially with Darcy there already, that sort of people of authority relieving people of duty. The next 2 guards do kind of go like, okay, if you guys are sure that you've got these people, you sure you've got the prisoners? Okay, here's where we're taking them. And it's actually up to that kind of big central room that you guys saw on the map is where they've been instructed to take them.
Okay, sounds good. We'll
Sounds
be
good.
on the way right there.
These couple of guys like head off, leaving you 2 alone with Agent Q and Maddie. And once they're gone, Agent Q's like, okay, that I think is actually really cool. That's is that like a good thing? Because like, how do I get one of those? They didn't offer that to me like on any of my missions.
It is not a good thing. I just grabbed this from the man who we knocked out.
No, not you. Okay. No, I meant Darcy's thing. But sure,
Oh.
yeah. Thanks, Raph.
Yeah, where'd you get your outfit? No, it's the choker.
Oh, okay, it's like I don't know. They don't give a lot of the arrays like cool stuff. It's mostly just like combat gear. So yeah. Anyway, help. And like holds up handcuffed wrists at you guys like and I think that the second that like Raphie is there, Maddie is just like slumped, thrown against would give Raphie a hug, but hands are handcuffed together, so it's just like slumped, really. I swear to God, if you ever let me out into the field again, I'm going to kill you myself. I'm going to go home.
I know.
Please.
I know. I'm sorry, Matthew. I promise I will make sure that you are the farthest away from the field as possible next time.
Apparently, the boat isn't far enough away from the field. I thought, and Agent Q's like, I didn't mean to. I thought that we were probably out of range of visibility, but that's fine. And Maddie's like, no, I didn't. It's not your fault. That's not on you. That was just we didn't realize, and sort of goes back to just like leaning face red against Raphael.
And it's like giving her like a look.
not looking back at you.
Darcy is oblivious and is not registering the situation.
Okay. Not to lean on you too much, Darcy, but are you good at lockpicking per chance?
I mean, I could try. I don't know if I am like good at it because I feel like that'd be a finesse thing, maybe, and I don't have high finesse. I have okay.
I would honestly say like the way we've been handling wits as like a mechanical dexterity thing, like in terms of cars and machines and things, I honestly feel like it might fall under wits.
Oh, well then yes. I changed my mind.
Like I'm just like thinking about like the way we've used it before, where like finesse is technically like finesse is the word to describe what you would be using to lockpick, but in the sense of the move, finesse is much more agility, dexterity based as opposed to like doing things with your hands necessarily. So yeah, I feel like it might be a wits roll if Darcy knows how to lockpick.
Well, it was really high. It was a 12, but not naturally.
Ooh.
So yes, absolutely.
So it's all after a second of like digging around with things and borrowing bobby pins from out of Maddie's hair and things, Darcy manages to click the handcuffs open, and Maddie does go for like a full hug around Raphie, and Agent Q like starts rubbing the feeling back into their wrists, starts struggling against it. All right, they didn't say much, to be honest, but that's sort of the impression that I got for where we were heading.
Well, they have a missile, so.
Well, that's wonderful. That's horrifying. Why? Okay, sure, yeah.
That's what we know.
Speaking of missile crew, Jimmy and Ren, what are you guys doing?
I guess we're trying to mess up this missile. I don't know.
As you guys head from the computer monitoring room out and around through the halls and into this big, large room that is adjacent to the missile silo, it opens up to this big glass walls. I don't have a word to describe it other than a layer. There is like this large glass-covered pool in the center of the room that you can see barracudas swimming around and thrashing in underfoot. Screens and panels and this big window that opens out onto the ocean that seems to be looking through the camouflaged cliff face of the island, and you can see plant life and chairs and everything scattered around where someone lives and works in this space adjacent to the missile silo.
Why do I feel like this island has a self-destruct protocol? That's just what it's giving.
As the two of you step into this area behind you, the door slides and slams shut, and up on a little balcony overlooking a glass railing steps G.E.M, the green-eyed monster, Agent Edith Turner. I'll be honest, I was much more hoping to be able to trap your little boat crew in here, but I suppose any two will do. Welcome, agents.
Oh no.
You guys are now trapped in this room with her.
Do we have the love stuff that we concocted? Which one of us has that?
Raphie took it initially.
Well, were there the four vials of it?
There were 4.
Okay.
So wouldn't
Could we have
wouldn't
split it up?
each
Yeah.
of us have one?
I was gonna say, yeah, probably on the boat.
Hmm.
That makes sense for us to have done. I forgot that there were 4 vials.
I'm here.
So you guys have split the 4 vials, one to each of you. And as she's standing up there, you can see as she reaches down and cocks one of these little kind of greenish handguns that seems to shoot the hate pellets and leans on the glass railing and looks down at her. I must admit, I don't entirely know how Goods runs their Cupid agency, but you all seem much more hands-on in this whole thing than AIM ever was.
To be fair, we're kind of the only ones out here.
Suppose, but I don't really see why it's your business. I mean, at the end of the day, how much do you really care about the strings of fate if you feel the need to meddle in their courses? Should the world not just be allowed to run as it is without the interference of all of these agents running around, pushing people together and pulling them apart? I mean, at the end of the day, I don't see why everyone thinks that I'm doing something wrong. Everyone hates each other already, all the time. I'm not changing anything. I'm just stopping the rest of you from getting involved.
Just because that's your perspective doesn't mean that's everybody's.
No, trust me, I worked for AIM for a very long time as a breakup agent. That is the perspective. That's what these agencies exist for, to meddle in the strings of fate as they see fit, and pulling apart as many people as they deem necessary. All I'm doing is returning the favor and evening the playing field. And I think she's going to try to take aim with her little handgun of hate pellets at Cadence.
Cadence has umbrella.
Cadence has umbrella.
Cadence lift umbrella?
She shoots and takes a shot, and you pull up the umbrella just in time as the bullet hits it and evaporates into that green smoke. And she honestly doesn't even seem that angry. She just seems disappointed. It's like, yes, okay. I suppose Storm of Bullets is useful enough to still be standard operations. Very well. And she turns around and moves back towards a big computer console and starts pressing buttons on it. And you can hear in the adjacent room as things start churning and moving in the missile silo.
Oh no.
Brother. Oh my goodness.
I was gonna say again where she is in relation to us.
So imagine a sort of big semicircular room. One wall is where you guys have just come from. Opposite is a big glass view of the water. To the left is the missile silo room, and to the right, she's almost up on a balcony with a computer up there. So up on a balcony to the right of you guys.
There's no like glass or anything separating her from us.
There's like a glass
railing?
railing.
Okay. Yeah, I see the vision.
There's also in the center of the room that big barracuda pool.
Okay, my idea is if I were to like douse one of the love pellets that I have in the super strong love stuff and then shoot it at her. Is there any validity to this plan?
I think Amanda does not know.
Cool.
It sounds
Well,
like it could work, but you don't know for sure that it will work.
worth a shot, I guess. Question. What else?
Yeah.
Ren, do you have any better ideas?
say no.
Okay.
How prominent is the missile thing? Like how?
It is churning.
I was gonna say, Amanda can start fiddling with the things.
Yeah.
You take out this like reinforced glass vial, and the second that you uncork it, you are hit with this. At first, it doesn't even register what the smell is. It just hits you as a smell, and you're like washed over with this sense of comfort and longing. And as the smell lingers, it starts to shift, and it changes to Cadence's perfume, and then it changes to the smell of smoke slightly, where you had your first kiss together, and then the smell that reminds you of the cafe you were at before you went to the Eiffel Tower, and all of these memories that are rushing back as you like feel this longing, and like looking up at Cadence as you're fiddling with the bullets and trying to dunk them in this. Cadence has never looked more beautiful and more lovely and more appealing than as you are just like overwhelmed with this concentrated feeling of love in this concoction. And then we're gonna jump back while Amanda's doing this to our other little crew racing through the halls towards this same room after a moments of weaving together, and you can hear as doors are slamming shut and certain sirens and alarms start to blare throughout the place as guards start to mobilize, and you manage to slip through a door opposite Cadence and Amanda underneath the balcony that Edith Turner is on in this room. And so you are now all gathered in this kind of central area. And as you come in and starting to see what's going on, G.E.M swears and presses a button, and that pit in the center opens up, the glass slides away, and slowly the water starts to rise up in the room.
Oh no.
Is there barracudas? Okay.
There might just be. Let's get not on the water. Let's go.
Okay. You still have the wings, yes?
Yes, here, you take them.
Me?
Well, you don't like the water. Well, not the water, but the barracudas.
Think I can lift someone up while I'm also being in the air.
Well, you don't want to. Yeah, if you want to keep Maddie safe, that might not be a bad idea.
And Raphael looks to Darcy. He's like, yes, Maddie, yeah.
Are you opening the backpack?
Yes, I suppose.
Okay. You grab, there's like a little, almost like a parachute pull string on the backpack, and you yank it, and the backpack unfurls and rolls out. And for a second, it is like those similar golden wings that Paulie had. And then the pattern on it seems to shift in the light, and it almost mirrors the feather pattern of Cream and Sugar, that sort of dove-like pattern, as it like adjusts to Raphie and Raphie's image of wings and birds and doves. And Agent Q has to like stumble out of the way, her feet kind of like splashing in the water, and she's like, oh shit, okay, yeah, sure, yeah, you now have wings.
Okay, so we're all in the room with G.E.M, right?
All in the room with G.E.M.
Putting the feelers out. What do we think, gang?
That's a good point, too.
If the missile is already like being activated and shit, I don't know if getting in the way of that is a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Safety wise, I think it might be more efficient to just try and like deal with it at the source with G.E.M.
Mm-hmm.
And if Amanda's plan works, if you're distracting her enough for Amanda to shoot.
Okay, I'll distract them.
Okay.
So Raphie is gonna like fly up a bit and just say, is this what he would have wanted? Jasper.
G.E.M tenses and freezes. You're going to fly your ass back down to the ground floor right now.
This is what he would have wanted.
You have no idea what he would have wanted. He would have wanted for us to stay together.
I believe that. So why are you doing this if he wanted to be together with you?
Because agencies like yours don't give people a choice. And then she's going to turn around and try and shoot at Raphie with that handgun. And Raphie, I would like you to make either a finesse or a harder roll, depending on your preference.
So probably finesse, because finesse is -1 and hard is -2.
Oh my god. Oh no.
This is fine. Don't worry about me. I'm fine.
I'll give you a +1 because you do have wings. You are
Okay.
flying, so...
So you give me a +1, my -1, so that cancels us out. So that's just a 6.
6.
No.
Yeah, no, that is a failure.
Nah.
She turns around, and because for a second you were kind of getting through to her, it seems, it does catch you even more off guard when she does like spin around and the bullet hits you in the shoulder, and you kind of like tumble backwards and fall out. And really the anger and that hate is directed back at yourself for being dumb enough to just fly there and to try this when you've seen what this person is doing to these agencies, and you're the one who brought Maddie out here to America and convinced her that it was going to be a fun trip to go and visit the goods agents, and she's now in danger, and you've put Darcy and Amanda and Cadence in danger, and there's anger at AIM because this is kind of all AIM's fault. Maybe there is stuff that you don't know about AIM and the way that they run things or the way that they did run things, and it's bubbling up in you as you're toppling backwards and falling, and you don't go right into that center of the Barracuda pool, but you definitely hit the edge of it. Raphie, could you take a point of heartbreak, please?
Oh god, every time I take 1 point of heartbreak.
I have a thing I want to do. I want to try and catch Raphie if I can.
Yes. I'd say it's a harder roll probably to get over and try and catch Raphie.
Yeah. I want to use Bronze Brawn Beating Heart because I can do that. I forgot I had that.
You do have that.
Which basically evens out my hard to be just no bonus, because otherwise I would have a -1. So that's at least something.
Wait, does it even out? Doesn't it?
It even
Is it not a bonus? Or is your hard that bad?
My hard is usually a -1. I have 2 wit, and usually it's at half my wit bonus that gets added. So since it's 1, it makes it out to 0.
Okay, so it makes it out 0. Okay, cool.
I did the math. I'm big brain. I know.
I just forgot how the move worked.
All right, it was a good roll though. I rolled a 10.
So you do like run across and are like wading through the water as it's slowly getting higher, and like jump around as one of these barracuda like snaps and thrashes, and manage to grab Raphie kind of under the arms and pull back under the wings before end up landing kind of leg first at the edge of this barracuda pool and pulling back and stumbling through the water.
Okay, so that didn't work. Are you okay?
Is Raphie still feeling like all of these feelings?
I think it starts to fade, and I think that like the fear of almost falling thing and like the water splashing on you, like it's still lingering, and there's still that anger to say. I'll kind of like throw it ball in your court how much Raphie is like holding onto this.
I think that like they scream at like when the barracudas are like close and before they're pulled away, and they're just trying to catch their breath and like it is fine. I wasn't thinking, but I'm good. And their brain is in like overtime because he usually has a plan, and her plan is kind of like crumbling, and she's doing her best.
Can Amanda try and shoot their thing in the midst of this happening as
Absolutely.
distraction? Normal fire roll.
Normal stats, normal fire roll, please.
Can I add my
Okay.
+2 to it?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Are you ready? So I have a +4, and I just got an additional +2 from Ren, and I rolled a 10. I got a 16.
The 16. Do you two want to pair up and describe this couple little combo of?
How does you want to give Amanda a lift? Is that what you said, Ren?
Yes, please.
Like I'm imagining like 2 hands, like bucket for foot, and Amanda just like steps up and raises the gun at the peak of like this lift, and then fires, and then immediately like drops back down, and kind of wraps their arms around Cadence as they land.
Aww.
In the crest of this lift up as you fire the gun, peering it through the magical little scope on the long distance love. Whereas normally these love bullets and projectiles are almost fired through a silencer, like it just fires, there's nothing else. There is this cloud of pink mist that emerges behind the bullet as you can hear it echo out of the gun, and flies through, passes over the railing, and hits G.E.M square in the back. And she slumps over the console of this large computer for a moment, and you can see as she's almost like shuddering and twitching a bit, and back in Paris where you could see her trying to glitch away in the movement and the shadows, and she's almost like her body is doing that instinctively again, jumping, glitching side to side in this massive black and green shadow, unsure of how to respond to these feelings and these emotions that are so foreign and have been for so long now coursing through them. And you can see in that cloud as these little pink tendrils start to spread out through the black and green that is jerking around her and almost wrapping around her back and her ribs and embracing her in this hug of feeling and love and longing and loss that she really hasn't been able to come to terms with for almost 20 years now. And just like collapsing to her knees, sobbing, hands still on the console for a minute. And then as that cloud settles and the water around you is still rising, she just starts to sob on her knees.
Mm.
But behind you, in the other room, you can hear as turbines still begin to churn. And things begin to shift in the missile silo.
Oh no!
What?
Can we get Darcy up there to look at the stuff? Is there anything that Darcy can do?
I can try my best.
Cadence, could your like sonic powers help at all with this?
Condor? God?
They could, if you could get up to the top of the missile silo to block it from leaving.
Can we take? Can I take the wing from Raphie?
Are the wings still functional?
The wings are still
Raphie,
functional.
quick!
Raphie's wearing them.
Give me your wings.
I shall fly upon.
I was gonna. Raphie was like initial instinct was to grab Cadence, and then Cadence is just like give him over, and they're like, oh, yes.
That makes more sense.
Okay, so Cadence is gonna put the.
Is the water still rising?
The water is slowly rising, but you can see as Maddie and Agent Q are like running up these glass stairs up to this balcony, and Agent Q like grabs G.E.M and pulls to the side as Maddie starts like slamming away at things on this console. It's already initiated. I don't really know if I can stop it, but I can open the doors, and like the doors slide open to this missile silo, and the water stops rising at around probably like shin height.
Okay, that's good.
That's nice.
Silo is open. You can see inside the missile like starting to move and launch, and daylight like flooding in from the top of this open silo.
Cadence is gonna like make sure the wings are on and everything, and then she's gonna like turn to Amanda, just give her a kiss, and then run into the area where the silo is.
As you grab Amanda and pull Amanda into the kiss, like during the kiss, the wings shift from those like dove-like wings that Raphie had to this amber, orangey, red color that complements Cadence's hair as Cadence puts them on.
Cry.
And Cadence is taking off and running into the missile silo. How do you want to do this?
I'm just gonna like jump and hope the wings work. And just start. So, is this finesse with my thing again?
I think this would probably be a more once you fly up. I'm almost imagining, because it's like a cylinder shaped room kind of to get the speed, almost like spiraling up around this large missile, and you can see inside all of the green components flicking on as it powers up, and get right at the top and emerge from this island up into the open air looking down on it. And this would be an amour roll, please.
Okay. Once I get up there, I wanted to like just the one like loud strum with the lyre. I had an 11, but now it does a 10.
That's still a success. That's still a solid strum as the missile launches, and you can see beneath and feel the wave of heat as it starts to take off, and it just slams into this wall and almost crumples like a tin can, trying to push itself up against a barrier that it can't breach. And inside, you can see as it starts to break apart, and Maddie slams a button, and the doors to the silo close back up as it detonates within its own silo. You can see through this invisible barrier, Cadence, this explosion of green mist and sand and dust churning and writhing, almost like it's alive, trying to escape and get out into the air. And it can't. And it slowly fades, and it settles, and it burns up as the hate concoction lights from the fire and the fuel of the rocket. And you sort of slowly lower back down in front of this large window overlooking the ocean and can see inside at your fellow Cupids as the water starts to recede and the Barracuda pit closes back up. And Maddie presses a button and the window opens up and the sea breeze rushes in.
Yippee!
Yay!
Great success. Beautiful.
Great success.
Is there a way to get up to Edith from here?
Yeah, there's like a glass staircase that leads up that Maddie
Let's
and
head up there.
I was gonna say, let's go up there.
Mhm, mhm.
I think that Agent Q has like, it's kind of like taking into custody, like restraining, but it's also kind of this like hug as Edith is still crying. And I think in other occasions where you've seen Edith, she seems like this looming larger than life figure lifted up by shadows and projected on giant screens and these glowing, dangerous looking eyes. But looking at Edith Turner now, she seems small and frail and just tired and worn out. And she's crying and she opens up her eyes, no longer bright green, but a sort of hazel color rather than her original brown, as if scarred by the green that was once there. She goes to say something and the words don't come out as anything more than a croak, and she just mouths thank you and then leans back into Agent Q, who is sort of holding her awkwardly and wrapped around her. I think we should. I don't have any authority to make a decision on this. I feel like this is.
Okay. Do we take her back with us then?
I think we take her back.
Sounds good. What do we do with everyone else here?
They can be gone under custody, I believe, because, you know, they made that
They were.
choice.
That's true.
Well, with the head cut off the snake, I'm sure we can send some other teams in here to clean things up, catch any stragglers, take note of anything leaving as we go.
I think that's a good idea.
Sounds like a plan.
Maddie, like, leans back on the desk, and usually Maddie has, like, hair up in a bun and is very put together and presentable, and Agent Matea Tremoni is not that right now. She is sweating and shaking and her hair is down and she's, like, running hands through it and over her face and, like, taking off her glasses to, like, rub at her eyes. She's like, I am going to kill Dame Dorothy Pattenbury. Oh my god. Seeing this, Agent Q like blushes a bit and looks away and like clears her throat. We should head back to the boat. It's in a marina downstairs underground. Everyone safe? Everyone good? Like looking around at, you know, probably eyes lingering on Raphie, who was the one who got shot, but like also Cadence and the others.
I'm good.
Do we have anything to like patch Raphie up on the way back?
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, can I just put a love pellet in Rafi's hand?
I
Balance it out. This is for
don't-
you.
I don't know if this is.
Let me shoot your other.
I think it kind of helps. Like like Amanda sets it in your hand and like it feels warm and like it's like being given a smooth stone from like a hot beach. That sort of gentle feeling of like this is something nice and comforting and gentle that's just like resting in your palm, and like it doesn't get rid of those feelings of anger towards AIM as an organization or those feelings of guilt about putting Maddie in the situation, but like it helps and it soothes a little and it distracts you a bit. It's a nice gesture, if
Thanks.
nothing else.
This totally could have been
I
an
don't know,
empty
it's-
gesture, but Connor helped.
I was gonna say. So, should you shoot me with this or with this?
I mean, if you want me to.
I don't know.
I don't
think I'll
I
bother
don't know
you
if
shot
that's
again.
necessarily the best idea.
I don't know how this one works. I'll be honest. I'm not. That's not my realm.
Well, It's okay. How about this? Give him a hug.
Aw.
I think this one is helping a little more.
That's cute.
Hee
Cute.
And that's really where we end here. You guys did it. You saved the world. The Cupids got in. Love prevailed, and this is it.
What does Cadence wear to the wedding, Ren?
I was like maybe like a blush pink kind of, like the mermaid kind of gowns kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Cute.
And then like maybe like a cute little veil with a bow and arrow on the side of
Oh,
it.
I love
That's
her
all I
so
have.
much, so much. I think Amanda is the very I think Amanda will wear white and nice dress pants, and then kind of like a fancy jeweled top sort of thing instead of a traditional dress. Where it's still very feminine and delicate, but it's a little bit less traditional, and has her hair pulled up fancy in a bun and stuff.
Guys, it's happening.
Guys,
Oh my
it's
God.
happening.
On you right now.
I like to imagine that Agent Q and Maddie, if
Absolutely.
they show up.
Oh,
like,
Agent Q and Maddie are seated together and
Yes.
dancing at
Yeah.
the wedding,
Polly
at the
there.
reception.
I-
If you invite him, Polly is
We
absolutely
invite
Why would
him.
you
coming.
not be
Polly,
invited?
And
Polly
Polly give
is
me away.
sobbing. Polly, he would do it, and he's crying the whole way as he walks you down the aisle.
Guys.
I'd be cute if
That's
maybe
devastating.
Amanda and Cadence are both walking down with Polly,
Oh,
each
that's
on
I
the
love
car.
that
One on
so
either
much.
side.
That's so good.
Cute.
Yes.
Mm.
Is Darcy doing the ceremony? Is this?
I mean, if that's what
I
you guys asked her to do.
I think
It's
I
your
think
wedding.
we should.
This is your fictional wedding.
Yeah, this is your fictional wedding.
Would
if you want me
would
to
Darcy do the ceremony if we asked?
Yeah,
Please.
Yeah. Darcy would do the ceremony.
Yay.
Darcy is probably in nice clothes. She's in probably black pink dress, and she's like, "Oh my goodness, wedding!"
And I imagine that Cream and Sugar are dropping flower petals before them, and then Raphie delivers the ring afterwards.
Oh, I love that.
Cute.
This is so cute.
I think they also have a little moment with Maddie. They go to sit down, and Maddie's behind you with Agent Q, and Raphie turns and is like, "So, an American agent, huh?"
Maddie goes so red, and I think Agent Q also goes blushes a bit, and then looks away and pretends to not be listening to the conversation. And Maddie goes, "Well, I mean, given the current standing state between our agencies, I think that it's perfectly acceptable. I mean, I don't think that we should be treating it with the harsh waters that we." Stop looking at me like that. It's not,
Okay, I mean,
Don't go getting yourself officiated just yet, okay?
Oh, what? Do you think I'm not already officiated? Is that something that you think?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Just one of the kids should be named after me. I feel like if we're
She leans forward and shoves you a bit. I do think that Agent Q catches the bouquet, though. I think.
Christ.
Yay! Yippee.
I think it's also just a height advantage. I think the Agent Q is very tall, and the bouquet
It was
party, and
not
just
a
it
fair
happens.
fight.
I think at some point Raphie also goes up to Darcy and is like, "So what are the rules about the officiant, being at the dance? Is there special rules or?"
I mean, I guess it depends on who's asking.
Hypothetically, if it's someone who was also part of the wedding party, maybe even gave a ring to be asking.
Weren't you just teasing those two over there for American relations, or was I blind?
Well, Well, because here's the thing, right? You know, my family were from all over, really, so I don't really come from one place, so I'm exempt, you know.
All right. Then yes, and they do little dance.
Yay! Also, I didn't say it, but Raphie is like in a cute little dress. Has kind of like a very famous painting. Like, I wanted to say the Birth of Venus, but Connor already used the Birth of Venus, so I can't. But that's one of my favorite paintings. But like on the
Apologize.
dress, like there is no, it's okay. There's like motifs and imagery of that, and she has like little like probably gloves, like the long gloves, elegant, regal, and then pearls in his hair. And
Guys,
there's the
I love it
wedding.
here.
It's a wedding.
Marriage.
I think, yeah, after these 5 years of working for the agency, from small scale college parties blown out of proportion as buildings go up in flames, to burglaries at the Louvre and art heists, to tropical destinations, you are by far the most experienced and elevated extreme agents Goods has had through its doors for a very long time. And I think as Goods rebuilds themselves in the aftermath of the Broken Hearts Protocol, they take that into account. They take you all into account. The fact that maybe the methods they've employed for all this time aren't what's needed to keep love flourishing. It was you who decided that it was worth pursuing even after analysts decided it wasn't. Who decided that protecting the painting and this representation of culture and love was more important than making sure the mission was completed, and who ended up saving the world from being thrown into chaos and jealousy and anger, not through violence but through spreading love, as Goods and Aim and the Order of Fated Relations and Cupid himself are supposed to do. And as they rebuild, I think that they come together with Aim. Those barriers are broken down and the agencies are rebuilt from their ashes as even more intertwined and more connected. I think they open their doors to other agencies as well, not just other theories like the Sandman at Lucasjo LLC, but collaborations with the North Pole and with Cupid agencies around the world. Because at the end of the day, when they're rebuilding, they're looking to complete their original mission, not any imposed on them by organizations. The mission of making sure that love exists and flourishes in the world despite the hate and the fear and the disgust and anger that is spread around it. And at the center of it, our 4 Cupids who have, together, made so many important matches. And that's where we're going to end off our final and third installment of Good's old-fashioned school of lover boys.
Oh no, there are tears in my eyes.
I
This is so
care about
sad.
them.
Ah.
I say our final installment. Our final installment, perhaps.
Connor will find
I
a
don't
way
know.
to do spin-offs.
Yeah, knowing this
Who
guy,
knows?
it'll come.
I mean, we
back.
don't have to
Don't be
close the
shy.
book
Next gen
on
one
Goods.
shot. Don't be
Next
shy.
gen
Aw,
one
that's
shot.
cute.
I mean, I have one shot ideas that
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'll probably cut this out, but I do have ideas for both the and
Yes.
in this
please.
world,
Please.
because I think both would be really fun and cute and silly. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining us today for our second ever Valentine's Day special. We made it to a year later. Wow.
My God.
And our third good
Podcast is so
special.
old.
Podcast is so old now.
Say happy
So
birthday,
many-
Cupids.
So
Happy birthday, Cupids! A happy anniversary, Cadence and Amanda. This is a year since they got
Happy
together.
anniversary.
That's cute.
Oh, happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day.
My
It's
favorite
Valentine's Day.
holiday.
Tell the people around you that you love them.
Yeah, make sure that you're spreading love and telling people that you appreciate them and you care about them, and just spend time with the people in your life that you care about, whether it's romantic or platonic or familial. Like, it's love in all forms. If you like this episode, leave us a comment, something nice. I don't know what to comment. Do you guys have thoughts?
What's the best Valentine's Day chocolate? Like when you get
Oh,
those in boxes.
yes.
What's
Yeah,
the
that's a good
one?
one. What's the best Valentine's Day chocolate?
There are
even to be
correct
given?
answers.
Why is
Oh,
it?
shit.
The orange one.
We
you're
will
wrong.
be fact checking you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so if you're listening in a place you can comment your favorite Valentine's Day chocolate, the best Valentine's Day chocolate. If you're listening in a place with reviews, leave us a review. They really help the show. If you're listening somewhere that doesn't do either of those things, I don't know what you're listening on, but
Then where are
You're
you?
in the room with
Like,
us listening,
it's-
then
if you're in the room right now, how did you get here? You can talk to us about the episode or about any of our episodes in our community Discord or in our Tumblr tag, which are linked in the show notes. Or you can find episodes like this early on Patreon, along with a bunch of other exclusive cool stuff. In terms of goods, cool stuff, there's the outtake scene from the last one shot where they reunite with Penelope and Luna. There might be like outtakes and bloopers from this
there's a
episode going up at some
bloopers
point.
from the first one.
There's
as
a bloopers
well.
from the first one as well. I forgot about that. There's bloopers from the first one. There might be bloopers from this one. Who knows? We had a lot of silly
The
times.
bloopers from the first one has one of my favorite things that Mambo has ever said in it. So listen
Oh
to that.
yeah, I love that one.
But yeah, thank you so much for listening. Happy Valentine's Day.
This
I
was
miss our
great,
Cupids already.
Connor. We love you.
Thank you. Heart. Love you guys.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for joining me for Cupids. Bye.
Bye.
Someone's got to say something after the bye is like Beck, and I'll edit it in.
It's always bad.